Hello everyone, Editing Lawrence here. Just a quick one before the episode starts. Sadly, the audio quality is a little bit crap today. Not unlistenably bad, but still one of those things that we try and avoid happening. It's just a little bit distorted here and there because we had to pull the audio from the stream recording as opposed to from our actual microphones. I'm not sure what happened. Something went wrong with my microphone. But look, it sounds okay. I've done what I can to clean it up. It's just a little bit distorted here and there. I'm sure you can be okay with it. That would be very nice if you would be okay with it. A bit of a shame for Capaldi's last episode, but hey-ho, we move. And the episode is like 3.5 hours long or something. So look, it is what it is. Okay, we're all going to have to be adults and move past this. Anyway, enjoy listening. Have a lovely day.
This podcast is part of Another Happy Studios,
the home of podcasts with passion.
Hello, mate. For no nefarious reasons whatsoever, let me tell you that it's Capaldi's last episode today, and I'm feeling a little bit of pressure to write a good intro. Can you give me any good ideas that you might have? Oh, in the form of a voice note as well, please.
Probably something like the 12th hour is almost over, so let's go out with an old friend. Or something like that.
Hello and welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. This week, the 12th hour is almost over, so let's go out with an old friend.
Hello everyone, welcome to Still Got Legs, the only Doctor Who rewatch podcast in the world. There are absolutely no others that exist. Maybe there are, who knows. My name is Nathan, and as always I'm joined by my wonderful companion as we go on this fantastic journey through time and space, Alan Z. Geronimo Clara, and rewatch all of Doctor Who. It's the last time I'll say just that. There'll be one more added next week. Hello Lawrence.
Hello, how are you? You must have known that was coming when I asked you to voice note earlier.
I knew exactly that was coming. Yeah, I was like, I know exactly where this is coming, but you know, I'm committed to the bit. I'll help a brother out. So.
Well, as soon as you responded in a voice note, I was like, bro gets it.
Yeah,
bro,
I get it.
Bro sees the bit I'm going for here.
I think you'd have to be blind not to.
And would you say it went off smoothly without a hitch, without an issue?
Absolutely, and for no reason. Let me just say, if you're a Patreon member, you can join us to live stream these episodes. You get live, ad-free, early, extended episodes maybe because you hear all the things that are cut out, and you know, maybe there
hasn't been any yet, I don't think.
No, surely nothing went wrong with that introduction. So if you sign up for the Patreon at £5 a month, you can hear, or you can join us for our live streamed episodes, which some people are doing right now. It's a good bit of fun, maybe, I don't know.
They seem to enjoy it. People seem to ask us when it's happening and stuff, and
people are enjoying it. People are having a good time hanging out. But here we go, Lawrence. I don't know what that was.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Well, here we go, Nathan.
That was just me saying I'm done talking about this now, and now let's move
Lawrence
on to...
filled time with something else.
Yes.
You're right, Nathan. I did feed my son broccoli for the first time. Which, if you're a patron,
about this?
Yeah, but the patrons, Nathan, they heard this on Friday.
Well,
right?
then you got to sign up to the Patreon to hear this. All right, I'm not repeating conversations. All right? You
don't want to hear broccoli chat?
No,
you've already had broccoli chat.
No, we've done that. All right.
You're wearing a hat today for the recording, which is rare for you.
I am wearing a hat. Yeah, it's just mostly because my hair looks bad. So.
Oh, that's fine. That's what it is. My hair looks bad, and by bad I mean non-existent.
But
so,
it's
there. It's due another shave.
Show everyone the back.
No.
Come on.
No, I'm not. No.
Show us your bald
Don't put
head.
me on the spot. Don't put me on the spot. I don't like it. Now I'm shy.
Lean down, Lawrence. Lean down. Bless him. Look, it's a hard thing for a man to accept.
So
right?
It's and it took me a while as well, to be fair. It took me a while to lean into it, and now I'm just like, do you know what? I'm still not all the way though. I still can't go fully bald yet. I still would feel very strange to go fully bald.
I will
these
say
days.
this week I spent some time going over and updating the spreadsheet for our show so we can know what we're recording and when. And currently it is now updated and filled in until until March of 2031. I believe
it is.
So by that point, you will almost certainly
be nothing left here. Yeah,
fully bald. So
the only thing left of my hair at that point will be faint memories of the hair.
Yes,
it will be. And I'll be like, we'll be on these live streams. And we'll be like, listen, patience. Remember when Lawrence had some hair? Remember when that was a reality?
Exactly.
To be fair, it stays strong at the very back and at the sides, right? I will do that John Lithgow bald, where I'll be like complete fucking shiny dome up here, and I'll have all this going on.
Would you though? Are you gonna do the crown thing? And
no, I won't do it. But what I'm saying is, I would be able to grow that hair.
Yeah,
with no issue. But
why don't you get the hair tattooed onto you?
I just that for me is the same as like, look, I'm all for people validating themselves and being like, I want to feel more confident and stuff. But for me, spending 10 grand on hair, fake hair, is just not a reality I live in. Like, I'm just not gonna, like, for a hair transplant, and also for like tattoos. Tattoos is worse, I think. Tattoos is way worse.
Yeah, maybe.
Because also, like, when you get close to someone, you can just go, that's not hair.
Yeah,
because it's good for photos, I guess, but I'm fine. I'm fine without it, to be honest.
All right, beautiful. I will say as well, just on the spreadsheet thing, it's mostly I, but
you have your responsibilities, I have mine on the show.
Well, I'm just saying a decision has been made. Well, a decision has been made and locked in on how we will be proceeding with the show, and when we will get to the RTD2 era and the more modern and recent stuff, and as well as like Classic Who and spin-offs and everything like that. That is all now locked in, decided.
Order has been decided
and laid out. That's now set in stone. And we will announce that next week. We'll let the people know the start of a new era. We'll let us know. We'll let you know how that's going on. So
it's actually quite. I think it's been done quite well.
I think so too. Yeah, I think it's the best
something
possible
for everyone
way.
As frequently as possible. I think.
Yes.
And if you're like, I'm not interested in that, we'll see you in a little bit for the next thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but also please stay.
Basically.
Please stay, indeed. Anyway, Lawrence, I just want to let you know that, of course, today we are discussing season 10, episode 13 of Doctor Who, which is also episode 144 of the show, as well as this beautiful show as well. It was, in fact, written by Stephen the Goat Moffat, and directed by Rachel the Goat Talay Slay. Am I right? It is, of course, Twice Upon a Time, a beautiful Christmas special. Lawrence,
Christmas special.
What are your thoughts on this episode?
Nathan, I'm so sad. Why
are you sad?
Because the goat, Nathan, he's gone. He do not be with us no more. Right?
Which goat are you referring to?
All the goats, Nathan. There's so many goats disappear for a long time from now on.
This is an episode of goats. Okay,
it is. No, look, this is obviously we'll go into all of that detail in a little bit, but like the as an episode, this is a really good one. I think I really enjoy this. I think this could so easily feel like a spare part tacked on to the end.
Yes.
But the way it kind of they did the 2-part finale, and then something that could have been just a bit of a spare part has been turned into this aftermath contemplative meditation on life and memory and the what people are at their core, and the Doctor kind of ruminating on the past battle and deciding whether he even wants to have more after he feels like he's lost so much. Yeah, this is a fun. It's very easy to see why you would call this a 3-parter, which I'm now very much on the same camp as.
I think so too. Yeah, I think it very much, like, I understand it's like the main bulk of the story like did wrap up last week, like the Master and the Cyberman and the ship and everything like that. That's all dealt with, but it's more of a personal, the 12th Doctor's journey. This is where the journey for the 12th
his arc was the only one that wasn't concluded last week. Yeah,
and this is it. This is the conclusion of it. And what a beautiful episode. I often I do say, and I stick by this, that Heaven Sent is my favorite episode of Doctor Who. I think that might be my second favorite, really.
Really? Oh, wow.
I think so. Yeah, I think this is possibly my second favorite. It's certainly my favorite Christmas special.
Yes, okay.
And the last Christmas special we'll be discussing for a while.
Yeah, oh my God, that's also true.
Yeah, because they went to New Year specials in the next era. So
everything's changing, Nathan.
Everything is changing. It's a time of change. But yeah, it's certainly my favorite Christmas special, and obviously I'll get into the reasons why and everything like that. But yeah, I think this is my second favorite episode of Doctor Who. I think it's just so beautiful from start to finish. Really, everything about it is so amazing and jaw-dropping. There's so many wonderful and magical little moments, but also the themes and the idea of it are just so quintessentially what Doctor Who is to me. It's such a great representation of it. It's not necessarily a great representation of the show. Like, I wouldn't, not in the same way that like 11th Hour is.
With this, yeah.
No, but like not in the same way. Yeah, exactly. Not in the same way. Like I would say to people, watch the 11th Hour first, or watch Rose first, or something like that, because those are great introduction episodes. This is not a great introduction episode. This is great once you have the context and once you know these characters and everything like that. It's fucking fundamental at that point. To come into this completely blind, you'd be like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, man. Like, Jesus Christ, who's this guy? There's another one. What's going on? I don't get this.
How are they the same? They don't even look similar.
Exactly. They look kind of similar.
They have a vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, it's a great like summation of the show in like its themes and its messages, and it's just, to me, this is what Doctor Who is, and I enjoy it so much. I think it's a really beautiful episode that I'm looking forward to talking about.
I am as well. Yeah, I watched. This is one of the only times, and you know this about me. You're a 2 watcher. Typically, you watch for you and you watch for the notes.
I am a 2 watcher. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I'm typically a 1 watcher.
Yes.
And this is, you got to. We said we give the goat the special treatment, Nathan. On his way out the door, you got to send him off with the 2 watch.
You do got to send him off. Let me just say as well, I'm going to need some absolutely fucking massive mashed potatoes, because I have got...
Oh, wow.
I bought a prop this week. I've got my bangers ready.
Everyone's a prop coming.
Because this is a certified banger, okay? And I got the bangers here to prove it.
He's got the bangers out, boys.
There you go. You got to sign up to the Patreon to see that prop.
It's holding sausages. Anyway, man. I want to say, before we get into the weeds of it, right? It's really, really refreshing to have a multi-Doctor story that isn't like a big blockbuster episode. Quiet.
It's a more personal journey, isn't it?
Yeah,
for the Doctor, and there's 2 of him here, so even more personal.
That ticks the boxes of a multi-Doctor story.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I think so too. It's not this big bombastic world-ending event thing. It's not like fucking. I mean, even like the villain. There's no real villain of the episode. There's like even at one point the Doctor says, "I got no idea what to do when it's not an evil plan," which is just a great moment. It's just it's a great little. I think it's a beautiful wrap up in that way.
It's subversive, isn't it? Like it leads you down. Like, because there's even like a couple of moments where it's like, is Bill the secret villain?
Exactly.
Going on here?
Yeah.
And
is there a villain?
Just, no.
No, it's just a nice thing. But excuse me. But we'll get into it. I think a phenomenal opening on this episode.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It starts with previously on Doctor Who, and it's like 709 episodes ago. Like, Jesus Christ!
I think it's so rad, man. This opening as a whole, like, is genuinely great. Like, I know they kind of speed run this whole recreation of obviously a First Doctor story, right? But it's like, there's a couple of standout moments. The drop of 709 episodes ago is a way of getting your attention immediately.
I tell you what, it both excites me and fills me with fear and dread for classic Who, okay? Really, and I know, right? I spent all this week filling in the spreadsheet. I know exactly how much is to come, okay? But that's a daunting number, isn't it? 709 episodes,
140-ish have been what we know and love, and the rest
this is 144. So so that's what was that? Quick maths. 560.
This is good quick maths, man.
I'm not that good at
why would you put yourself in that position? I would never try and do quick maths live on air.
I know you wouldn't. You would fucking fall apart on the spot.
My brain would short circuit. Oh, sorry. It's what you did there, not falling apart on the spot. Did you nail it? Did you?
What I do know is that I know the exact date that we will be doing this episode of Classic Who, the 10th Planet. Where is it actually?
Unless I delay it.
Yeah, maybe. Which you won't. I'm not going to say it now, obviously, but I know when it is.
Yeah.
And,
don't give it away. Actually, yeah, of course.
Very fun to look forward to. So there we go.
Indeed, it is. I think.
But yes, I love this opening. I think it's really well done. And I love see the way it's the classic 4x3 format. It's black and white. It's all grainy and stuff. You see in clips of this episode, the First Doctor, the Cybermen. I do not understand.
Yeah,
and it's the First Doctor been love, pride, hate. Have you no emotions, sir? As it transitions and the screen widens and everything, such a good transition, isn't it?
Seamless. Like if you're nitpicking it, right? There's some mouth stuff that's a bit.
I'm
funny,
not nitpicking it though, because it's
yeah.
amazing. It's so well done, man. It's like. I mean, you said seamless. It really is absolutely seamless to me.
Yeah, I think so. And it also it's a perfect ushering in of the modern presentation, because it just is straight away as well. As soon as the aspect ratio widens, Murray Gold just blasts you with a deafening "I am the Doctor" as well.
Yes.
It's like, oh yeah, we're here. Fair enough.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, some great stuff in here. They changed the regeneration effect, which is something that I'm sure fans were normal and cool about, but I like it. Yeah, I think so. Because there's a couple of shots where Hartnell gets his hand out.
Oh, they famously, the regeneration effect was changed from Wataku, because it's different every time he regenerates, basically in classic.
Yeah, in classic, yeah.
So yeah, they kind of retconned the regeneration effect.
They've done that before, and they'll do it again. Do you know what I mean?
They'll do it again, certainly.
Yeah.
I guess it can. I don't know. Can it? I was thinking, can it be done that way every time? I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, it's sometimes the presentation always changes a little bit. There's
what about the paper mache man?
The paper mache man, I do love. I'm excited. I don't know the context of the paper mache man, which is why we call him the paper mache man.
Yeah,
because there's just a guy there, and then he sits inside the Doctor, and someone's like, "Oh, he was the Doctor all along," but apparently he wasn't.
He was the Doctor, but he's from what I know of it, and again, very little, but he's the moment is here, but it's been prepared for, or something he says, and then he climbs into the Doctor.
He goes, whoa, and he does a little green glow. There's a little glow, and he gets in the Doctor, and someone's like, "This is very, very strange."
Which Doctor would you want to sit inside?
We're not doing this. But yeah, man, there's some great stuff in here. It does speed run one of the First Doctor stories a little bit, which I think is good. I don't think you need a drawn out scene.
We don't know what the fuck's going on, do we?
Yeah,
we can still, and we will watch the 10th Planet, and we'll be like, oh, this is great. We've not been spoiled on anything.
Yeah, so. That's what I like about it. That it's not because I know at some point the First Doctor dies, by nature of there being more than one Doctor.
Well, we're currently on the 12th Doctor.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's a given.
It's pretty strange if I was like, what do you mean?
No, this is brand new information.
But yeah, man, it's good stuff. I like that the thing that made my little goose pimples stand up, or whatever the expression is, right?
Yes.
Was because the previously on 709 episodes ago is a cool little moment, right?
Yeah.
What I would argue is cooler is the big title card that comes up that says, "A long time ago at the South Pole, the Doctor refused to regenerate." And then
twice.
And the way these episodes intersect with one another is just excellent. This it's such a good realization and such a good usage of the fact that you can go anywhere in fucking time and space. Why wouldn't this have happened? It's awesome.
Yeah.
And we saw last week the TARDIS was making a fucking point.
But this is intentional. Again, don't always take you where you want to go, take you where you need to go. And
exactly.
This is obviously very important, a very important moment. Something the TARDIS knows exactly what the Doctor needs in this moment, and what the Doctor needs is intervention from the person who knows the Doctor best. Which is the one person who knows the Doctor best. And
stop doing silly buggers and do a regeneration, would you?
Yeah.
Or you'll get smacked the bottom, he says. If you don't regenerate, I'll smack you on the bottom.
We'll get to that, trust me.
But yeah, man, the drop of twice is really, really good.
I think so too. Yeah.
It's just the way these episodes intersect is phenomenal. It's really well put together.
I think we don't see much of them, but I think it's also great that we have the First Doctor's companions there as well, Ben and Polly. We see just a little glimpse of them. I always I again don't know much, but I do know that Ben is quite a Cockney lad. Okay.
Oh really? Yeah.
So I like that this actor's like, wakey, wakey, Doctor, it's all over now. and stuff.
Transatlantic doing Cockney is always
yeah.
a fun thing. Matt Smith's very good at that. He's
Is he?
somehow, yeah. Well, he thinks he's very good at it. I will say on those companions though, just the most 60s trims you'll ever see in the modern day.
Lovely
Like-
little 60s cardigan. He's got a little turtleneck sweater with a little jumper on or something.
Yeah,
And,
60s fits and 60s trims. That's what I like.
Love it,
That's what I'm
man.
here for.
I'm excited for when we can get into all that stuff, man.
Yeah,
That's gonna
I am
be-
too. I want to see the
a lot of
era
fun.
appropriate clothing. That's what
Yeah.
that's what I'm all here for.
Very beautiful. But yeah, so the Doctor meets the Doctor. It's like
Yeah.
I love the 12th Doctor being like, you, how can it be you? And
Yeah.
just the shocked, I don't know, the shocked look on his face as he comes across it and stuff.
I love that aspect of it, and I like that in Capaldi's performance there's so much nuance because he goes up to him and you can kind of see him smile a little bit, like he's
Yeah.
enjoying this for a moment, and then he's like, "Hang on, no, serious mode again." Like,
Yeah, exactly.
What's happening? Yeah,
100%.
I like that there's an excuse for the. I mean, they didn't need to do it. It's just icing on the cake to be like the regeneration's already started for you, clearly, because your face is all fucked up and David Bradley-ish.
Yeah, I don't know if they needed that line, really.
They didn't need it, but I appreciate the effort put into it. Like,
sure.
it's a canon way of basically being like, shut the fuck up, nerds.
Yeah.
You bunch of dorks. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
I also thought to myself about this, right? Like, he is one of the few actors. Like, this is one of the most successful recasts of all time, right? Surely.
David Bradley.
Like, David Bradley is the first
Yeah.
Doctor. Because just think about the uproar if they tried to fucking pull this off with David Tennant or some shit. Like, I understand there is
Yeah.
decades of distance.
Yeah, it's too recent for that.
Yeah.
If David Tennant is still alive, I think that's a big contributing factor, you know.
Yeah, but it's bizarre. Like, I also think that Hartnell has a vibe that
Yeah.
you can emulate quite well. Whereas I feel like some of the modern Doctors are a bit more. I don't know how to describe it. A bit more tied into their actor. Hartnell's probably the Doctor that's the most. I'm an archetype of a character kind of thing, from the impression I get anyway.
Interesting. Don't really know how true that is or not, but
Yeah, we'll get there eventually, and I'll either eat my words or be like King Castle again.
Yeah, there's always a good bit of Doctor Who fun when the Doctor meets a Doctor, you know, a bit of oh, look how different things are now and stuff, and like the first Doctor saying like he obviously he doesn't know who he is because why the fuck would he?
I like that
but
aspect,
he thinks he's just a Gallifreyan, a Time Lord or something. He's like,
Yeah.
have you come to take the ship back? And he's like, a ship? You still call it a ship and stuff, which is quite nice. I love those little moments.
It's great. Yeah, it's always fun because you get they normally play it pretty well with like the Doctor that is the current Doctor. They always typically leave it a moment before revealing the big truth of the matter. Like, it's a great thing. It's the bit that made me laugh was the sucking in the tummy joke. I found that quite funny because obviously the TARDIS has grown.
Yeah.
The exterior wise. Now, am I misremembering this, or have we had this conversation that we both think a small TARDIS has immaculate vibes, like a small TARDIS in the snow?
I don't know if we've talked specifically about small TARDIS. I know I've talked about like a damaged TARDIS.
Oh yeah, like a ratty kind of.
Yeah,
maybe not small. I know we've definitely spoken about a rattier TARDIS. Yeah,
we've definitely have because I always mention and I really like that promotional image of the Sixth Doctor standing in front of a TARDIS, which is just fucking hell. It's been through it, man.
Just obliterated.
It looks like it's been through a fucking wood chipper and then put back. It looks like, you know, like at the end of Monsters Inc. when Sully has put the door back together and it's like, oh, that's what it fucking looks like. You know?
That's fair. Yeah. But where are you at with them? Like a shrunken down one? Because obviously, famously, they get bigger.
Well, they get. I guess they get bigger over time.
The exterior gets bigger.
Yeah. Look, I like it. I don't know, really. I like it.
I think it gives off fun vibes. I like a compact thing.
Yeah. I like the classic vibes of it. Yeah. But I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
Not fussed one way or another, to be fair.
No.
That's fair.
I have no strong opinions on it. But anyway, I do like then like the Doctor's like he figures out like what's going on, like they talk about like I will not change and stuff, like I have the courage to live and die as myself or whatever. And then the 12th Doctor I guess this is the point, but a bit hypocritically is like you can't refuse to regenerate, you know? Like if you refuse to regenerate, if you refuse, then like he has the dawning idea, like all the stuff he's done, all the lives he's saved, like what does that mean if you refuse to regenerate? And then at that exact moment, time seemingly stops.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah,
which is a great moment, you know.
It's phenomenal. It looks amazing as well, like with the snow effect, like just pausing there. Yeah, it is a bit hypocritical of 12,
but that's the point, though, isn't it?
It is.
Like,
it's very much. That's what I think. One of my favorite aspects of it is that these men are going through parallel arcs, but the fact that they're at vastly different places in their life contributes a lot to how they see the world. And you would think that 12, having known more, would and having undertaken this kind of more of a traditional hero figure, because he says frequently throughout the episode that like this is before the first Doctor really considers himself a person that helps out, as opposed to just an adventurer. And it is fun that you would consider the later Doctor to be more of the optimist, but it's actually the reverse of that. Like it's
100%. Let's take a quick break and check out these ads. Hello, everyone. We're back from the ads. All right.
Throw straight back in. Go on.
Straight back in. I think you're 100% right. It is really, and I think that's such a strength of this episode and why it works so well. You know, I think it's really good to come at it from the differences of, because they are fundamentally, the Doctor is a very different person to obviously what he first was, but that core element of who he is, and what like his purpose, like his.
Well, it's like there's a beautiful scene with David Bradley later on where he was like, "It's a question that I wanted an answer to."
Yes,
and that's evolved into an ethos and a way of life, which is great.
And again, that's the beauty of this episode, the differences, but also the similarities between the two and stuff. I love it so much. I think it's great. And it's a great moment seeing these two come across each other. But yeah, time has stopped. They're both like, oh, this isn't good. What the fuck is going on? And then stumbling through the snow, someone is like, hello. They both turn. They see Marky Mark himself.
Big Marky Mark makes his grand return as an actor on Doctor Who.
And then he's like, sorry, I don't suppose either of you is a doctor. Capaldi's, you're trying to be funny.
It's a great line.
Which is great. And then it's titles. But anyway, and we're here, all right, twice upon a time. Did you watch the opening titles?
I didn't. Know.
Okay, good. I will say.
Oh, right? Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's the first and probably only time I'll say good. Because on my first watch this week, I also didn't really pay attention to them. Okay, and then
I know why.
Watching it today, like it comes in straight away with Pearl Mackie. I'm like, oh, that's a bit shit. Why would you do that? You know,
kind of removes like a pivotal reveal scene a bit. I did. I didn't have it in my head. Luckily, it was just something that I wasn't subconsciously thinking about. But after I'd finished this episode for the first time earlier in the week, I did notice that she's just there plain as fucking day on the iPlayer thumbnail as well. Yeah. Oh, hello, I'm in the episode. It's
that sucks, man. That's
awesome. Great stuff.
I've obviously been a little bit sneaky and not talked about this at all. I've been very purposefully quiet about stuff.
And I was something else as well, by the way, which we'll fucking get to, young man. I texted you in the week and I said, like, pain. I mean, I'm feeling something. There's a certain person that shows up towards the arse end.
I was also very sneaky about that as well. Yes.
Very sneaky.
But I was even sneakier in that after we finished recording last week, I went into our Google Drive and deleted the original promo and thumbnail that I made for these episodes because they featured the bill, and I didn't want. And I thought about that. I was like, oh fuck, you might see those, and I quickly changed them and then made new ones that don't feature bill. So
that's very sneaky of you. I wouldn't have noticed it, but good job. So great stuff.
I quickly did that. But obviously we'll get into Bill and Clara and everything like that in a bit. But yes. So Marky Mark is here, and let me say, all right. We make fun of Marky Mark quite a lot. And I think we probably will still a little bit. All right. But I think he's good in this episode. You know?
My issue with Marky Mark is that he's not a bad actor. He's a bad writer.
He's a better actor than he is a writer. Okay?
Way better, yeah.
And this is a role which you put him in a posh, old bloke role. That's something he'll do well, you know?
I think there's a serious argument to be made, and I cannot believe I'm going to say this. Right? There is a serious argument to be made that he is an emotional linchpin of this episode, and that
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah, and that unfortunately, in the same breath as the exit of the goat himself, the many goats, right? Yeah. Marky Mark is there to shepherd them along their way and fulfill a role which is very important to the themes of this episode.
Marky Mark is much like Paddington and Death in that respect. Now they will shepherd the dead along.
Come on, Peter Capaldi, off we go.
A little marmalade sandwich.
Peter Capaldi hates Paddington, doesn't he? That's his whole vibe in Paddington.
Oh yeah, he's in Paddington, isn't he? He's a neighbour.
And Nardol's in Paddington as well.
And
he's a cab driver.
He loves
Nicole Kidman.
Oh, was it Nicole Kidman?
Yeah.
Oh, Nicole. Right.
And he's like, I haven't got a Scottish accent, and I'm out the window or whatever.
Good on you, Peter Capaldi.
Good on you, Peter Capaldi. You try your best.
I haven't seen the third one. Was the third one any good?
No.
Oh no.
No, it was rough, man.
Oh, no.
One of them where they take him fucking out of England. They get rid of the fish out of water aspect. Keep Paddington.
So Paddington out of England.
But like that's an iconic thing, isn't it? Paddington in London is where a large part of the comedy comes from, because you see these busybodies like police officers.
Fish out of water scenario.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then they put him in Peru, and they're like, Olivia Colman's here, and she's like, she's having fun, but it's not enough fun to save it. But I'll be honest, that was a rough film, because I love Paddington 1 and 2 are perfect fucking movies. Love
Paddington
them
1 and 2 are very good. Yeah. I especially enjoy Paddington 2. I think.
Yeah, I think everyone, because it's brilliant. It's such a fucking good movie.
He goes to prison. Paddington goes to jail.
Paddington goes to
jail. Man. Paddington's a jailbird.
This jail doesn't seem accurate. I wanted to see some more traditional jail scenes from
It seems accurate to the Paddington universe, I think.
That's true.
Which is also also accurate to the what's his name? That director who's all about vibes.
All about Wes Anderson?
Yes, the Wes Anderson. This is a Wes Anderson
prison. This is a Wes Anderson prison, yeah.
Yeah.
That's 100% a brilliant comparison, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so Marky Mark's here, and he's
Marky Mark's
hello, Queen and Country, I love the Doctor, and I'm looking for a doctor or whatever.
Sure, yeah. But then, titles, and then after the titles, we get Marky Mark's backstory a little bit. Not really a backstory, but like he's a soldier in World War One. He's in the trenches.
Yes.
He's going up against your goat.
Who's my goat?
The German soldier is played by Toby Whithouse, who
fuck off, it's not, is it really?
Who wrote School Reunion, yeah.
Yeah, I like Toby Whithouse as a writer. Yeah, that's very fun. Also the God Complex, I think, maybe?
Yeah, several big episodes of
Oh my god, I had no idea.
Yeah, very cool.
Why are they trying to pit my two goats to one another? I mean, no, if anything, Toby Whithouse needs to just shoot Mark Gatiss and then take all of his slots. That's what needs to happen in this scene.
Is he German? He does a good German accent.
He does a very good German.
He does a good bit of German.
Is it hard to do a German accent, really? Like a stereotypical one, at least.
I don't think so. Oh,
yeah.
I'm
going to shoot you, Mark Gatiss.
I'm going to shoot you, little boy.
Marky Mark, stand still with my gun.
Marky Mark, stand still while I shoot you, Marky Mark.
I don't understand what you're saying, Marky Mark. I'm shooting you now, yeah.
Have you ever? This is something this has been said before, is what I'm trying to say, basically. But it's always funny how you know, sometimes you meet a German speaking English, and they're like, oh yes, I'm very sorry that my English is so bad. Yes, I have certain, I understand certain vernacular inconsistencies in my language and the dystopical pronunciations of certain words. But yes, my English could be improved, certainly. Yes, my brother, you're speaking better English than me.
Yeah, and I'm there the whole time. I'm going, nine. So what else? Yeah, he's like, what is hell? No, Marky Mark's like, what is hell, eh?
War is hell, eh?
Chum. I will shoot you in the bum.
I will shoot you in the little bum, Marky Mark.
Bend over your bottoms. Time for shooting.
Marky Mark's like, I don't have the slightest desire to kill you, and nor I suspect you me.
Why don't you put your fucking gun in the air, then you bellend?
Well, then he's saying the only reason I would do so is self-defense. That's what he's saying. And he's like, well, I do rather wish I spoke German or you spoke English or whatever. Side note, imagine going to war and putting on a shirt and tie, you know?
Pathetic.
What an insane... What an insane British thing to do, you know? Oh, I'm going to go fight in a battle with guns. Let me put on my suit beforehand.
Better be well dressed. Well, you know what they say, when you meet the Lord, Nathan, you want to be in your finest spread, don't you? But
you do.
But ultimately, that's what funerals are for.
Exactly. That's why your body gets dressed up for a funeral or whatever. You know?
It's a good thing I was wearing my suit when I got blown up by that grenade. I'm sure my suit looks good.
Imagine wearing a tie. That's fucking insane.
Look, there are office jobs that I look at and go, why the fuck are you wearing a suit? Imagine going to war in a suit.
I feel like it's an outdated thing. Like
let it go, man.
Yeah, a lot of more jobs these days, it's just casual dress, but like, it's
almost as if people do it for comfort. Like,
100%. I reckon though, if we had if I had the money to make another Happy Studios an actual studio and like make it an actual like business where we can employ people and have an actual place to work and everything like that, I would enforce a dress code. I reckon business dress, strict business dress, shirts, ties, collars, everything. The disdain I had for you there was so strong, like awful. There is nothing. Sometimes we've had to, like, we've been in plays and stuff where we've had to wear shirts. And I've been in a play, right? The last one that we did. We both spent a good amount of time at your wedding complaining about how uncomfortable we felt.
It was, mate, there's so much. There's something I remember so clearly from the wedding is so many people coming up to me and being like, congrats. I'm like, thanks. Yeah. And every time I got eye contact with you, I was like, fuck this suit. Am I right, man? Like, fuck me. I hate this.
But then time stops, much like it did for the Doctor in the North Pole or the South Pole or one of the poles. Yeah. One of them two, presumably. The time stops. One of those poles. Time has stopped in World War I as well, and he's like, bloody hell, what the fuck's going on here? He gets up, he has a look around, and then he sees a spooky woman of glass.
Yes, great effect, by the way. I think
good effect.
Some more fun from Rachel Talalay with the way the camera pans around and you see Marky Mark through the stomach, I guess, of this weird little glass thing.
This glass lady,
just a fun little effect there.
But then it's like timeline error. There's been a timeline error. And then he's transported. He's in the pole, one of the poles. And then he comes across the Doctor, and then that's where we catch up.
Then we catch up to the thing. What I like to do, I always like this. I think this is always a good touch when they replay a scene, but they put the work in to get a second angle of the scene, so they're not just showing the same thing. I'm like, look, this is a tiny editing thing, but I always appreciate it every time.
I do too, but it's also as well, like it's from a distance as well, so the dialogue's a little bit muffled.
It sounds a bit worse. It's great stuff, man. It's attention to detail. It makes you feel like it's not a show and you're watching actual things that happens. Great stuff. Yeah.
But anyway, then the first Doctor, like they catch up and stuff, and then the Doctor's like, oh wait, there's a big light thing that comes on, isn't there? There's a big light shines on the first Doctor, which I think is very fun. Like, this is not something, I guess, for lack of a better phrase, our Doctor does it all. But he's like, state your name and planet of origin and your intentions. This is Earth, a level 5 civilization. And then the 12th Doctor's like, and it is protected.
Yeah, the double take that the first Doctor does. Like, you what, mate? What the fuck? By who, man? It is funny that I do like that the light immediately goes off. Like, the light goes off and 12's like, oh, great, good stuff.
It doesn't usually work, that.
Job done, boys. Let's call this one for the books, innit?
Yeah, but then the first Doctor's like, protected by whom? And he's just like, oh my, it is early days. Bit of fun where the first Doctor is like, "Hey, you there, young man, young Marky Mark. You must be in shock or whatever. Step inside the ship, the TARDIS." All right.
I like this because it just implies that the first Doctor has done a lot of walking about, but just presumes that the TARDIS is caught up with him.
He absolutely does. Yeah, he thinks this is his fucking TARDIS. Yeah, he doesn't. Well, he doesn't know this is the Doctor yet, does he? He doesn't know.
That's true. Yeah.
Who the fuck? He still probably thinks this is some Time Lord or whatever. But
how many of these are rocking about? I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, they go inside. It's a good little. My TARDIS. Look at my TARDIS. What have you done to the place?
Yeah, I love it. I always like these scenes. I like the glitching desktops things that happen. I don't like the glitching
desktop. I don't like the glitching desktop from Day of the Doctor.
I think it's quite nice, and it's a very good excuse to use a little set.
But I'd rather just see another set. Like just go to the other TARDIS. You know, I love seeing another set. I don't like the glitching thing because you're like. It then kind of confuses me because I'm like, so which TARDIS is this now? You know, because
I see. Yeah, that's fair.
Because they go into the 10th Doctor's TARDIS, but then it becomes the 11th Doctor's TARDIS. But like physically in time, it's still the 10th.
Should still be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason they did that is because they didn't really have the 10th Doctor's TARDIS. They had the fucking.
They had the set.
They had the bit from Doctor Who fucking Experience, didn't they? So...
Which is what they also had in an episode where Amy and Rory stumble across that time.
No, I think they still had the actual set then because I remember reading a thing where Stephen Moffat was like, we purposefully kept the set because we were going to use it because that episode was supposed to be in season 5, so they kept the set.
Come to think of it, there's a whole scene set there. They do use it quite a bit. It's not just like what's that room? Never mind.
Yeah,
whatever.
They used it quite a bit. It's not just a little, and it's a lot darker in the Day of the Doctor because like it
is.
Yeah. But whatever, man. I don't care really.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I do. I like seeing any other Doctor see a new TARDIS. I always think it's a bit of fun.
It's my TARDIS.
It's the great line delivery of like, it's hideous. It's so good.
Yeah.
And then Marky Mark follows in with one of like, I love it when Doctor Who don't have the time in an episode to allocate to it's bigger on the inside scene, so they have to just get it out of the way. It leads to some fun moments of Marky Mark being like, it's bigger on the inside, and 12 just going, I thought it probably was. Good to have someone let me know.
Yeah, glad it's not just me.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
It's very fun.
So it's all a bit of fun. The Doctor, there's a moment as well where like it's a little bit dark but humorous where like where he's like saying, oh, so we got a soldier here from World War One, and then Marky Mark's like, World War One? And he's like, yeah, judging by the uniform, World War One. He's like, what do you mean one?
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, sorry, spoiler.
This is one of them things that it's like, it's dark comedy, man. Like, you're not sure whether this is fucking funny or whether you're supposed to be like, oh,
it is funny, but it also, like, if you think about it like that, it is also quite,
I do like that it drums home, like in a meta sort of way, it drums home the futility of the war stuff, because the Doctor's also going through a thing of like, how many fucking battles and wars and shit do I have to keep 100%. Going through? And it's a way to put you in the or Marky Mark in the mindset of just like, this is pointless. This doesn't feel good, and maybe I should just fucking lay my hat here and do what I can.
100%.
Which is again, I get. This is kind of what I mean, man. He's every single arc or emotional beat in this, Marky Mark's character responds to in some way, and it's just like, why the fuck would you make him the pivotal part of this? This is Marky Mark, for Christ's sake. We make fun of him on Still Got Legs.
Yeah, it's true. Marky Mark didn't have to play this role, but hey, he does it well.
And that's the thing. He's not even a bad job. We criticize his acting in probably most episodes he's in, right? But this, like you said, this is a part Taylor fucking made for him.
Yes, this is much better than the Lazarus Experiment, where he played Professor Obvious Name,
and he's a weird little freak that sucks off his old woman or whatever.
Yeah, or that we remember he was the eye patch man for no reason. Like,
that was ridiculous, and I didn't even know until we were recording, and you told me, and I was like, great, cool, awesome.
Why did that need to be Mark Gatiss? I mean, why not? But like, sure.
But this is a role that he'll play till the end of time. Just a prim and proper Britishman That's just a complete fucking a bit of a dork,
It's-
but he's got a bit of a bleeding heart to him as well.
It's Mycroft, but from World War One, isn't it? Like
basically.
it's yeah.
Even has a little mind palace moment, I guess.
Is my palace, yeah. Yes. So then, like there's the moment where the first Doctor, realizes who this is and stuff. He's like, I don't have the faintest idea who you are. And he's like, you know me, you must. And he shows him the regenerating hand and stuff. And then I love I assumed I'd get younger. And the running joke, I mean, it's been a great running joke of the 12th Doctor seemingly being completely oblivious to his age, you know, like he thinks he's a very young and fit, attractive man. Like that's been a great running joke throughout the entire run of 12, I think, and it's good to see it again here.
It very much has been. I do like that this scene as well is one of the there's several moments. I think there's about 4 individual moments where Murray Gold has his finger fucking charged on the jaunty music button.
Yes.
Right? And he just lets it off for a couple of verses and then's like, right, back to serious mode now. We're good. Peter Capaldi's last episode.
It's good. Yeah. They get the brandy out as well. He's like, you were there, young man, have a brandy. That'll sort you out.
Is this a big thing? Was the Doctor always kind about pouring out brandies for people back in the day?
I don't know, to be honest. I have no idea. I see more of a callback to the River thing, you know, because
that makes sense. Yeah,
because River gets the brandy from that same little hole in the TARDIS. That does make sense. I do like the first Doctor examines the bottle and is like, have you had some over there? And so I was like, yeah, I may have snuck a glass in the last 1,500 years.
Yes, it has been rock and roll.
Which is really funny. But it also does that thing which, like, I get why they do it, but it doesn't necessarily make sense when you think about it. That thing of, like, whenever they bring an older Doctor back, when it's a multi-Doctor story and they bring an older Doctor back, the older Doctor will always play the role of like the more senior character of like, I'm more senior than you and I have more authority than you. You're the new young man or whatever. Yeah. But when you think about it, it should be reversed because 12 is the one with more experience. He's been the Doctor for longer and everything like that. I obviously understand why, because they came first and it's whatever. But
they have seniority in the role kind of thing.
Yeah. But when you think about it doesn't quite make sense, but whatever.
I think it's one of them. And also, like, I think part and parcel of that is that the show is inherently sillier than it was. Yeah. Like, or at least like it definitely takes more shots at silliness now. Like, and it's less kind of stick up its ass. I mean, a running joke throughout this entire episode is Peter Capaldi being like, no, don't say that.
No, you can't say that.
That's going to get Doctor Who cancelled if you say that now.
Doctor woke now, am I right? But yeah.
And speaking of, to be fair, the first Doctor immediately spouts off some sexism because Marky Mark sat in the TARDIS very confused, just like, what the fuck's happened? And he goes over and goes, this is my nurse. And you might think that's improbable because he's not a little pathetic woman or whatever the fuck.
Older gentlemen, like women, can be put to use. And the Doctor's like, no, you can't say that.
This is not the time.
You can't. So this is a point of controversy for the episode. Okay.
I had heard about this in a general sense of David Bradley, but do enlighten me.
So the point of controversy is that, like, this is not necessarily a true reflection of the first Doctor at all. Like, this is quite a bit heightened. This is a bit of a it's been described often as a caricature, and the first Doctor is nowhere near as like sexist, as outwardly sexist as this.
It does feel like they've distilled the era, not the character.
Yes, I think so. I think it's very much heightened for comedic effect. Me personally, I don't mind it. I think because it is heightened for comedic effect, and I think it is fun to see, to highlight the differences between the show now and the show then. Which I get why, like, it can be annoying and upsetting because it's taking a character who very much does not embody these ideals at all and putting those ideals on him. And I can absolutely understand that.
It's like if 10 over, like in 40 years' time, if they recast the 10th Doctor, and this time he overtly was like, shut the fuck up, Martha.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, instead of basically being like, Rose or whatever.
Like what we say, like
Yeah.
10 does. Yeah. If they took the heightened characteristics that we put on 10, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
So it is exactly like that, really. So from what I understand and what I've seen, again, not seen much of it, but Classic Who, there is an air. It's more just the general vibes of the era, but it's not like outwardly sexist. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's for a fact, but I'm not sure the Doctor is ever like, Polly needs to give this place a bloody good dusting, if you ask me. It's more so like, well, like
the vibes of the show at the time would have been that would be a role that would be expected to be filled.
It's more like, hey, the women will stay back here while me and Chesterton go and investigate this thing. But then again, like there's quite a lot of scenes where like Susan or whoever rescues the Doctor from a lot of fucking stuff as well. So
the impression that I get from it, right, because I'd heard of this before, but not maybe to this extent, was that it has distilled, because Doctor Who is a progressive show and has been since its inception, right? Like, look at the people that created the show and however many people that look like them were creating shows back in the day, right? Like, it's in its nature, it's a progressive show, and I think what they've done here is distilled the time period of which the show was set in, and pointed it to a character that may not have represented that, but now the focus of the episode is to harken back to the 60s, so you need to have someone that's more emblematic of the 60s as a whole,
I think so,
rather than the first Doctor. This is not a truthful depiction of William Hartnell's first Doctor.
Yes.
And I think performance-wise in David Bradley, I'm sure people appreciate that he brings his own little spins to it here and there. But I also think that I can understand criticisms being made about, like, don't do this. If the first Doctor's your Doctor, then I understand people would be like, what the fuck's this?
I can absolutely understand the criticisms and absolutely, like, if, like, especially because the show was progressive for the era as well. And if and then to take that show, which by all intents and purposes was progressive, and to kind of retcon it into this, you know, misogynistic thing or whatever, then it is a disservice. It does do a disservice to the work that, you know, what's the name?
Verity Lambert.
Verity Lambert and Maurice Hussein did bringing the show together and stuff. So I understand it. I see both sides. Is what I'm saying.
No, but I also think that's not what they're trying to achieve here. They're trying to create like thematically and in terms of their characters and in terms of their eras, because it's a fun swan song for Stephen Moffat, who grew up watching the show and this era of the show. I would imagine, like, it's a fun component to draw a contrast between them. And
100%.
This is the clearest way to do it. And also, I have a fucking podcast about Doctor Who. I don't know the first thing about the first Doctor. This is made for people like me who are on board with New Who to go, oh, that's the vibes. And then, as eventually we will do, go and explore it for ourselves.
Is that not a disservice, though? Because then there's...
Yeah, maybe, but it's the function
people
serving,
coming away thinking the first Doctor is misogynistic when it's not necessarily the case. Again, I don't mind it. I think it's funny.
Love it. You're all for it.
I love a bit. All right, you know me. I love comedy. I love a bit. If there's a funny bit, I'm all for it. Really.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily mind it, but yeah,
I can see, like you say, I see both sides. I see it pissing people off. I also see it being not an issue for anyone. Like,
there you go, a couple of fence sitters right here.
Hell yeah, no,
we are riding that fence, baby. Yeah.
So what's happening? So he has a little walk around, right? And he complains that the lights should. He's like, what's going on with the lights? And 12's like, they're atmospheric. And he's like, it's the hub of the most powerful spaceship in the world. It's not a French restaurant.
Yeah.
Such a good line.
It's very good. And then he comes across the guitar and he's like, good Lord, what is this?
Yeah. There's so many little things. Like he's running his finger across like the console for like dust and shit. It's fun. I do like that it is the TARDIS has come a long way from the sterile fucking 60s white, everything white kind of thing. And they have that TARDIS. They're getting mileage out of that set that they built.
100%. 100%. Anyways, but then there's like the doctor's like, oh, there's something blocking the signal, whatever, can't really take off or whatever. Then there's that big female, that big female voice that's like, exit the capsule, the chamber of dead awaits you.
Yes.
And that's when the first Doctor goes out. And
I like this. He kind of, the Doctor's like acting like he's got a bit more experience with this kind of thing. So he's like, you go out and stall her and I'll fix the engine or whatever the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Which is quite fun. But yeah, I like this set. Very big decadent room that the first Doctor walks out into.
Big epic room. Yeah. So this voice is like, you are known here. You are the Doctor of War. And then the Doctor's like, the Doctor, yes. But the Doctor of War, he says never, which I quite like.
I like that too, yeah.
He's like, never, Mum. That's like a... I feel like that's very true to the Doctor, really, and it's nice to see that that's been in place from pretty much day one, really.
Yeah, I love that aspect, and the Doctor of War line comes full circle later on in the episode, and it's one of my favorite things that Moffat's contributed to the show. But I also do like that Murray Gold creeps in that theme that we like, the little kind of like creepier Doctor Who theme from back in the day, which I think is cool.
I do too. I really love that.
Yeah, gotta listen to that. I gotta put that on blast, man. Because every time it creeps into an episode,
how very apt. Because on this exact day, Lawrence, you might get a chance to do that soon. Because how wild is it that on this exact day, now that we're wrapping up series 10 of Doctor Who, finally the season 10 soundtrack is coming. It's finally been announced.
I saw a lot of people in the Discord be like, they were waiting for us, which is really fun. I don't know what the fuck's taken. I mean, it's only been like fucking 8 fucking years or whatever.
8 years or something. Yeah, it's fucking wild. It's taken this long.
It is insane. And also, like, I think what's happened here secretly is that Murray Gold lost the Masters, right? And was just like, one day I'll have a spare 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And Doctor Who recently is a bit who knows what's going on. So maybe Murray Gold was out of a job. And maybe he's like, I'll fucking put together that series 10 shit that I lost.
I saw someone say this is the biggest indicator that we're back in the wilderness years.
That's so true. Oh god, yeah, I didn't think about all the bad that comes with that. The connotations are not great, are they?
Look, we won't think about that, all right? We won't worry about that for now, all right? That's not for us to worry about. Yeah, that's not for us to worry about, okay? But we'll enjoy the series 10 soundtrack soon, hopefully. But yeah, so she's like, you're the Doctor of War. We offer you a gift. Return to us the soldier, and you may speak with her again. And the Doctor's like, speak with whom? And then out of a little hallway, Bill comes back. Bill's here.
Bill comes back. Now, this was a shock.
Was it a fun surprise for you?
It was a fun surprise, and it both delighted me and terrified me in equal measure, because I was immediately sat there and I was thinking, like, we spoke about this last week, right? I immediately thought, oh, they kind of shit the bed with the puddle ending, and then I came round on it when I understood kind of what they were going for. And I was like,
I was there, tight-lipped.
Yeah, you was like, and I was sat there, and I'm like, they nailed it, good stuff. And then they bring Bill back in this episode, and my first thought was like, oh, you're undoing that. If you're undoing that, you should have a fucking good reason as to why.
Yeah,
and it's I like that it's not an undoing of Bill's arc. Bill's arc ended as we saw it.
Yeah,
this is a different thing, and it's more there to.
This is not Bill, but it is Bill, but it's not Bill.
Well, so. I would argue very much is Bill.
Yes.
It's just there is you need the context.
There's a caveat. There's an asterisk next to it, isn't there? Yeah.
Asterisk, when you scroll down to the bottom, you see the asterisk, and it says, but it's not Bill, though.
But and it's not Bill.
I see. But then there's another asterisk.
But it is Bill.
It's a glass lady, but it's also a Bill. A real Bill, but a glass lady nonetheless.
It's Bill, but it's not Bill. But it is Bill.
Which is, look, I like this. I like Bill's inclusion here. Pearl Mackie's great, and I think she's got some all-timer fun, warm moments with the Doctor here. And I also like that their moments, from a Bill perspective, their last moments together can be shared not encumbered by a big Mondasian Cyberman suit.
Yes,
like
100%.
There's a warmth there that the Doctor can see her face and can have a serious goodbye that's more on their terms than it would have been last week.
100%. And also last week, the Bill got to say goodbye to the Doctor. The Doctor didn't get to say goodbye to Bill.
Exactly right. Yeah, so true.
So it is a nice wrap up moment.
Yeah.
But yes, I love that, you know, Bill's like, is he here? Is the Doctor here? Obviously the first Doctor doesn't have a fucking clue who this is. But then 12th Doctor runs out of the TARDIS though. 12 like fucking bugs it out. I was like, oh fuck, Bill's here, and he's really excited for this.
I love, and it's funny that it goes on because I think it's very telling that 12 embraces Bill immediately, right? And it's out of instinct. It's I see Bill, I hug Bill, and when he lets his brain catch up is only when he starts doing the technical, mechanical scan you with the sonic. What the fuck? Who are you? You're not Bill. It's I love it, and I think this is a deeper theme of the episode. That on instincts the Doctor is kind, but this Doctor has grown a little weary and a little jaded.
Yes, 100%.
And when he lets his brain catch up, he's gonna reflect parts of his personality that he shouldn't be the proudest of. I think, which is very interesting.
He's kind, but he's cautious.
Kind but cautious, yeah, he's lost an optimism.
Yes,
that I think the first Doctor is exuding here, which is very nice.
Yeah,
But yeah, great scene. Good to see Bill again.
Very good scene. Very good to see Bill. And then, but yeah, 12 is. I was going to say 10. Then 12 is quite immediately.
10 would have said something racist.
Probably would have. Yeah. 12 is immediately quite cautious and like. Yeah. My friend Bill, you know, was killed but was turned into a Cyberman, and he's very adamant. He's like, let's be clear, no one imitates Bill Potts. Yeah, he's quite defensive of his friend, which I quite like. I
love that aspect of it. It's misplaced a little bit.
Yes,
when he finds out a bit later on, but I absolutely love the fact that if there's anything that's weighing on his guilt, and I think part of the reason he wants to give up here and now is as he says later on, I'm sick of losing people. The last thing he's just done is seen his friend get horrifically turned into a Cyberman, waiting for him for 10 years, and then he's like,
and I guess sacrifice herself.
I guess we just go and bomb ourselves. I guess that's the win.
Lawrence, it's an hour into this episode.
Oh, what's it time for, Nathan?
It's time for some ads.
Great stuff.
We're back from the ads.
Yeah.
So he scans over the screwdriver, and the first Doctor's like, what is that?
Yeah, I love it. This scene is so good for like the interplay. Like you keep thinking it's gonna end and the comparisons, but then you remember how different the fucking show is to when it was first airing. Like the TARDIS is different, the Sonic is different, the attitudes are different. Like it's I mean, the Sonic didn't exist with the first Doctor, right?
No, I think it was a second Doctor thing it came in. Yes. Yeah, first Doctor, like, an audio screwdriver? That doesn't make any sense.
Crack up so much.
Yeah, very fun. And then they like have the first Doctor and 12th, they're having like a big investigation of this thing. They're like time travel technology or whatever. Fun moment where the first Doctor he's got a little monocle that he puts on to like look and inspect things, and the 12th Doctor puts on his glasses, and he's like, what the hell are you? Which is quite fun. Like,
it's very fun.
Seemingly offended by the idea of wearing sunglasses indoors.
Yeah.
Which is very fun as well.
It's good fun. I do like that they're both immediately up the stairs and investigating. No, like it's something that you see. The Doctor's true nature is just up and at 'em. Let's find out what is happening here. And they're both, before you've even said anything to them, they're both up the stairs, one way or another, having a look around. Yeah, which is very, very good.
They're figuring out what's going on. So this glass woman, she's like, they're talking to her like, what are you doing here? What's all this shit? And they're like, we're testimony. Okay, we are what awaits the end of life. They basically explain that they take souls at the moment before their death.
Yes.
And I think the Marky Mark's listening to this on the screen or whatever. But they say, like, we take souls the moment before their death, extract them from the time stream, upload their memories, I guess, and then return them to the moment of their death. And this is what we do. We're testimony. And he's like, well, I don't bloody like this. What are you doing? What's all this shit?
Right? I do think it is a fun aspect of the episode. That they have to be intentionally vague, because the reveal that this is not a villainous thing has to come a bit later on in the episode.
Yes, 100%. And I do like the Doctor saying, on behalf of the dying, what is it that we have? Because again, they're both dying during this point as well. So what is it that we have that the future needs so badly? And I think that's when, or at some point, the captain then comes down and is like, a very nice moment, I think, where the captain's like, "Oh, might I offer my life in exchange for this young ladies and stuff?" Quite admirable and stuff. But Bill's like, "Fuck no, I'm not letting that happen," you know.
And this is the thing that gets me about this, right? Is because that's Bill.
Yes,
like
100%.
It's so quite clearly a Bill thing to do,
and I think the Doctor notices that as well. You can see like a 100% a prideful look on his face, and then at that moment, then he's like, "Well, what should I do then, Bill? Bill Potts would tell me what to do." You know, he gives her that chance.
Mate, this fucking scene is magic. I think there's something about when Bill says, you know, serve on behalf of the human race, right? Bill's smile when the Doctor gets going.
Yes.
When he starts going, right, listen here, you glass cunts, right? Yes. I've had enough of your business, right? Bill's smile when he does that. Rachel Salele's framing on the Doctor when he turns around and he's backlit by that orange glow and it's kind of coming through Peter Capaldi's hair. Oh my Lord.
Heavenly. Man.
Heavenly, dude. Like genuinely.
There's a few moments like that in this episode. There's a few moments which are quite like ethereal and like fairy tale-esque and stuff like that.
And such a contrast even from like some of the best cinematography in the show. I think is Heaven Sent. So much of the Heaven Sent cinematography focused on boxing the Doctor in, and like he appeared in frames of glass or in the threshold of a window or a door, and so much of it was about confining him. And I love that this aspect in 12's farewell, it's very much like, even if you don't want to be, we're letting you out into the world. Like this is your light shines bright, but you need to remember that kind of thing. It's a beautifully shot scene. I also think the location helps a lot because it just
great
looks
location,
like a stunning place.
Great location, used very well. I also think it's very, very true to the Doctor. To then, and what I love about the Doctor is that energy he just embodies at that moment, and been like, I'm going to escape, and I'm taking Bill and the captain with me. And then he's like, and I'm going to find out what you're up to, and if I don't like it, I'm coming back. And I love that.
It cracked me up, and again, I just remember thinking to myself, like, I was looking at the clock thinking I got about half an hour of this Doctor left, right? And he's still impressing me, right? There's something Peter Capaldi does as he's running down the stairs. He goes, right, first things first, we're going to escape. And then the woman goes, you cannot escape. And the way he just stops and goes, I fucking can. By the way, fucking don't think you've got that twisted, mate.
It's true.
It's so funny.
It's great. It's great. Refuses to be told otherwise, which is really good. Yes, and then like he's about to escape and everything, and then the voice or whatever is like, see who you will become. Well, no, the Doctor goes, who the hell do you think you are? And then he's like, I'm the Doctor, and he's like, I am the Doctor. Who you are, I cannot begin to imagine. And that's when the glass woman is like, see your future, Doctor, see who you will become. And what a great a series of names and for the Doctor, a great fucking little tidbit and teasing for the first Doctor, but all these great legendary names that the Doctor has been known by throughout his time. It's the Destroyer of Worlds, the Imp of the Pandorica, the Shadow of the Valyard, the Beast of Trenzalore, the Butcher of the Skull Moon, the Last Tree of Garcenon, the Destroyer of Skaro. He is the Doctor of War. And and what I love about that moment as well is you can see the first Doctor then look at 12 with the most horrified look on his face as well. He is genuinely quite like freaked out about that, like quite chilled and like, geez, that's me? What the fuck, man?
I love this component of it because we know that's not fair. And 12 says as much. You know, they cut out all the jokes or whatever,
which is great. They cut out all the jokes.
It's a great line, but what I absolutely love is that it reframes who that Doctor is for this version of the first Doctor, who should be at this point in time optimistically looking forward and finding out about his life. So it puts them at an odds. Like there's already contrast and conflict between them, but it further pushes the line. And by the end of the episode, we need these two to be on track and on the same mindset, which is let's both go and die and become someone else for the betterment of everyone else that comes after or before or whatever. And I like that it provides that extra layer of context, and it doesn't drum it home either. You can just see David Bradley kind of take a little bit of a backseat in terms of their bonding for a moment.
100%. Yeah. But yeah, great moment. The look of horror and the mention of the Doctor War is, I think, something that's quite important to the episode. And and obviously,
I'm glad they retired the Oncoming Storm. I was getting a bit bored of that one.
The Oncoming Storm is a little bit boring. Good for the time, but I feel like we've moved past it.
Yeah, it's very 2007. Let's skate past that one, I reckon.
And also, like, not
really.
Not well, no, not to constantly be my go Moff versus Russell, but like. But like
it's a bit Baby's first nickname, and it's a bit obvious.
Baby's first nickname, and it was the only one he had for that era. Like,
oh, true, yeah.
Moffat often comes up with quite a few different ones. Like,
yeah, it's almost like different planets and cultures will remember this man differently.
Oh, as here he is, the Oncoming Storm.
Yeah.
Good on him.
My goat washed for real.
Anyway, so they're jumping off. They're jumping down the chains.
This is a silliness.
This is a bit of
Christmas silliness.
It's a bit of Christmas silliness seeing the first Doctor jump on some chains and hang from a big spaceship or whatever. You know,
I don't know what it is specifically about this. You know those certain scenes that play before, like they're called idents, right? And they play before moments of TV.
The 10th Doctor and the TARDIS Christmas
and the sleigh. It feels like one of them. It feels like a little bit of like, let's jump down the thing. Whoa, down we go.
Yeah.
Jump, whoa. And then BBC One is now playing whatever the fuck. Like,
it kind of does actually.
Yeah.
Which it's a good bit of silly fun, silly bit of action, you know. Yeah. So they jump down. They have to go into the TARDIS, but it's the first Doctor's TARDIS now. And Bill's like, "Hey, that TARDIS looks shit. Was it smaller or whatever?"
Yeah. Why is this windows all fucked up? I like this. The exterior of this TARDIS, I think, looks pretty rad, pretty cool.
The Doctor also calls the first Doctor Mary Berry as well.
So good.
He says, "They've got my TARDIS. Over to you, Mary Berry."
I do. Again, I like it's very 12 and Bill's interplay together with the way the Doctor goes. Like Bill goes, "They've got the TARDIS," and the Doctor goes, "That's what they're supposed to think." And Bill goes, "All right, but they do have the TARDIS." Like, it's all well and good, but like, what the fuck? This TARDIS is what I mean by they're really getting mileage out of this set. I mean, what was it in the Space and Time? It was in Hellbent. Now it's here. It was probably in the 60th or the 50th, I think. Maybe.
I don't think it was. No,
maybe
it
not.
The 50th. No, it hadn't been built then. It was built for. Maybe. No, but
they used archival footage for all the old TARDIS shit, didn't they?
Yeah. It was built around the same time as the 50th, but probably afterwards because.
I think it's appeared more than just Hellbent, though. No.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe not. Maybe because it's in quite a lot of Hellbent. Maybe I'm just.
It is in quite a lot of Hellbent. So looks very fun. It's obviously it's a different TARDIS from the one in Hellbent. So because that's not the first Doctor's TARDIS. It's just a TARDIS. So
is it like are there differences? I didn't really notice.
Minor, very 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 minor.
One's got a chair in it or some shit.
Well, it's got a chair and. This is the first Doctor's home, so it's a bit more personalized to him. I do like that they didn't bother, and why would they? It wouldn't make sense if they did, but like they didn't bother to change the TARDIS doors and how they don't make sense at all.
I actually have a note about how much I think that's fucking cool. Like, because you just have to just go,
they make no sense whatsoever.
And
but
they've got from the exterior, they've got the black tarp up, so it's you can't see anything. And then from the interior, it's the white doors.
Yes,
but you can see that should be on the exterior. But
there's even a shot where like it's from the interior and the doors are wide open, and you can see the outside, and you can see the white doors. But when they close, that makes no sense because they'd still be the white doors, but not the police box doors.
I kind of like that though. I kind of like that it's like our perception from the inside is different to the perception from the outside. Like it's fun, and I also think I presume that this is just what they had to work with in classics. So I like that they're not like
deal with it. Who cares?
It's a deal with it thing, but it's also very much just like this is how they did it back in the day. It's good enough for them. It's good enough for us. Like
the answer is because they would film on one set with
Yeah.
the police box,
Yeah.
and then an entirely different purpose-built set for the TARDIS. So,
and they weren't going to be going around green screening shit because it was harder and fucking and.
I don't think they had green screen. Did they have green screen in the 60s?
They might. They would. I don't know.
Rear projection is probably what they would have used more. Rear projection's like an earlier thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that feels right. I don't know fucking anything about like old school filmmaking tactics, but I know that green screen feels wrong.
They had blue screen in the 30s, I believe.
I don't know.
Blue screen is different than green screen though, because it's blue and it's not green.
It's literally blue. So
yeah,
there you are thinking you know what you're talking about.
We
were talking about green screen.
I know they use rear projection a lot.
Yeah,
and that would have been more likely to be used. They use rear projection in Superman when he was Superman. Yeah, there's the in Superman.
Oh, Superman. Yeah.
Not in New Superman.
That's what I was. That's what I was confused about. Yeah,
Richard Donner's Superman.
Yeah, I was like, why the fuck would they have needed rear projection in Superman?
Well, I mean, the volume is just rear projection.
It's just fancy rear projection.
It's fancy rear projection. That's what it is. Yeah. Anywho, TARDIS. We're in the TARDIS.
There's like 15 people that have slaved their entire life to make the volume possible, and we're like, fancy rear projection.
It's rear projection, isn't it?
Same old shit, man. Same old shit. But yeah, right. So fucking the doctor's like, take off into deep space or whatever. Like, let's just get the fuck out of here. Let's get gone.
Yeah. What do you think of it? This is the first and last time that we see the time vortex in 12's era, and is it possibly the best it's ever looked?
Is it the first?
We've never seen the time vortex like this before. The last time we saw it, I think it was like when it was all red and stuff during 11th era.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I didn't even realize that was missing from the show, and then now that you've said it,
we hadn't seen it until
it
now.
Does look. It looks really nice in this. I think it looks quite
It looks
pretty,
beautiful. I think it's some of the best the time vortex has ever looked. Really, there's a moment. There's a scene. I remember a scene in. I can't remember when, but there's definitely a scene in the Jodie era. Where you see the TARDIS flying through the vortex, and it looks fucking phenomenal. Like
I know that the VFX, a lot of the VFX in Jodie's era looks fucking stunning.
They use. There's a guy who I think he was a YouTuber who came on board for I think the end of series 10 in this episode, and then he stayed throughout all of Jodie's era. He was the guy who made the John Locke video, not John Locke.
I know the exact one with
the Sherlock Doctor Who Who-Lock crossover. Yeah.
And he's like, I'm in the TARDIS and Benedict Cumberbatch is there, and he's like, Mind Palace?
Yeah.
The TARDIS?
Mind Palace? Yeah. He was that guy, and he
Sherlock's like, why is my brother here dressed as a World War I pilot?
What's this makes no sense. Let me get in my Mind Palace and sort this out.
I better get in my Mind Palace. Oh, it turns out that this doctor is a dead dog friend or something that I had.
And my secret sister or something.
Yes, something like that.
Yes, so it's that guy who did a phenomenal job on the VFX for this kind of stuff. Well, for the most part, we'll talk about it.
I'm checking it out now. It looks fucking really nice. Just looks so pretty.
Very, very beautiful stuff. Anyway, so we're in the TARDIS, and they're like, "Hey, look, there's this woman." This glass woman, she's based on a real person because her face isn't symmetrical or whatever.
Yeah, they both figured it. I do like that earlier on we see the first Doctor figure this out, and then he says 12 brings it up in the TARDIS, and he goes, "That's what I said," and he goes, "Same difference" or whatever. Yeah, like in a roundabout way, we both said it.
Which is true. That does make sense when you think about it.
I just like how his brain is like, I'll take credit for that. Yeah, it's 100% justified. Like, why not?
Yes. And the first Doctor is like to Bill, that ship of his is in good need of a spring cleaning.
Oh my god.
And and again the Doctor's like, no, you can't say that.
Don't stop saying this. Is this where Bill susses it out? Bill's like, oh, that's fucking you.
He's like, he's you, isn't he? He's one of your old faces, which might be an indicator that this is Bill or isn't Bill, because I don't believe they ever talked about regeneration.
They might not have done, but I always think that there's conversations had just outside of the episodes.
There is always conversations off screen, and maybe they did after he did his fake regeneration effect, after the monks and shit.
That probably would have confused them.
That would probably make sense, actually.
Yeah,
So,
this was like it was a lost joke on me, mate. I don't even know what the fuck was happening. I just thought you were really slowly exploding.
Yeah, true. Good point. Good point.
Is this when at some point I know there is a nice moment where the Doctor doesn't notice something and he's like, that's because you keep fucking around with your sonic screwdriver or whatever, or is that later?
Maybe.
Might be later. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't have anything on that. I don't think.
Let me have a little look. So I don't want to miss.
I think this is where he puts the glasses on the first Doctor.
He puts the glasses on the first Doctor, and his face fucking priceless. Yeah,
he's like, why am I wearing these?
and then
we get Paul went out for the last browser history joke. Everyone,
we got through them, didn't we?
Well done, Moffat. You did it again.
You did it. You did.
Take a bow.
In your swan song episode, you finally.
You're gonna get one last browser history joke in there,
and this one was the funny one. You finally made it really funny, which is what we've all been waiting for.
We did it, everyone. Round of applause.
It only took you like 13 goes.
That's why we call him the goat. That's why we call him the goat.
Isn't it so funny that he's like he's such a phenomenal writer, but his dedication to this lost bit just won't take off.
Yeah,
and it's like you will fucking laugh.
One day I'll make it work. All right, trust me. Right? I'm surprised he didn't bring it back.
Yeah, that is so true.
Fucking 15th Doctor talking about his browser history or whatever.
Porno. And the ambulance comes along and the Doctor's like, porno. Do
you dream of being a porn ambulance?
Do you dream of being a porn?
Anyway, good on him. Yes. Blah blah blah. What am I saying? Yes. So basically, the Doctor's like, hey, we need a database. The one on this TARDIS has barely got anything in it yet. It's early days. It's fucked. Yeah. All right. So we need a bigger database. Maybe the Matrix on Gallifrey. No. We need something better. All right. So we're off somewhere. All right.
Yes.
And then it's more sexist jokes, but I think this is a really funny moment where the captain's like, well, we're trying to track a glass lady then, and the first Doctor is like, well, aren't all ladies made of glass? And they both share like a sexist laugh to it.
The way I thought it was really funny the way they both chortle away with one another, and Marky Mark's even like, good one.
Yeah, they're both very proud of it. They're like, oh, good one, yes, thank you very much. Yes. And Bill's just there like, the fuck are you two on about? And then the first was like, I hope it doesn't offend you to know I have some experience of the fairer sex. And then Bill just going, so do I. And then both going, good heaven.
I like the immediate vibe switch up because the first Doctor's standing there, right? Yeah, and he's like, I fucked. I don't care about it. I fucked. Yeah. Right. And then Bill's like, I also fucked. And they both go like, that's not funny anymore, Bill. It's actually really not funny the way you've said.
I think it's great. I think it's very fun.
Can you not bring that disgusting shit into the TARDIS, please, Bill?
It's very fun indeed.
It is fun. But yeah, so they're off to find a comprehensive database, but the Doctor says there is a catch in that it wants to kill him.
Yes, and he's seemingly excited.
I know, the little eyebrow raise.
He's got a big grin on his face. It wants to kill me. Villain Guard, though. They're a Villain Guard.
Yes, very fun.
Fucking loves Villain Guard.
He'd bring it back every 5 seconds if he could,
And good on him. Yeah, the weapon forges of Villain Guard. Once the nightmare of the 7 galaxies, now home to the disposed. And there's all these little creatures running around.
These little face huggers or whatever the fuck they are. Yeah. Are they Daleks?
They're Daleks, yeah. That's the point. Yeah. Because the Doctor's like old friends, but they're out of their shells.
Yeah. I don't like the way they scuffle around. I thought they'd be slower and sloppier.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, they're spooky.
Yeah. I don't even think that's, but I'm not necessarily an enormous design fan of how quickly they get around because like they seem more effective out of the fucking cage.
They do seem more effective out of the shell, don't they? Yeah.
They seem like
they don't have a big gun or whatever, and they can't fly.
Apparently they don't need one because he just jumps on Mark Gatiss' face and is like, I'm gonna kiss you to death or whatever.
Yeah,
big kiss. Yeah.
Good on him. Good on him,
Mark.
Anyway,
I do like. It was only on the second watch through that I picked up that they were Daleks. Like, because I don't know what.
You're an idiot.
I know it because they mention it like 15 times, and then he even holds up a Dalek eye at one point. And
he pulls up a Dalek eye. I think even at one point the Doctor talks to a Dalek, and we'll talk about specifically which Dalek in a bit. But he talks to a Dalek, and I think even that they talk about how he's killing Daleks.
Yeah. In my defense, the first time, because I don't normally do 2 watches, like I said earlier, right? But the first time I watched this was because I was in the middle of stuff, and then my son fell asleep on me. Oh, yeah. And then I was just like, well, I'm stuck here.
Yeah.
And I was just about to start writing my notes to watch the episode. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just watch the episode and not write my notes. So I figure at some point I was distracted because this is so clearly Daleks.
Yeah, it's so clearly Daleks. Yeah. Like, very much so.
But good stuff. I like that. They're just face huggers in this, which is fun. But
You're
whatever.
obsessed with face huggers, man.
Because it's very clearly face huggers.
You've mentioned face huggers on this podcast is like quite a bit.
The 2 times the Doctor Who has ripped off face huggers. Yes, I have. Yeah.
We had a disagreement about face huggers once, didn't we? And I can't remember it. You said something was like face huggers, and I was like, no, they're not.
Was it the Christmas episode?
It might have been the Christmas episode.
Because that's when they did the face huggers, and I was like, that's face huggers.
But I don't think so, because I agree with that. I think at one point you were like, they're face huggers, and I was like, no, they're not like face huggers.
I definitely remember. Yeah, I remember us having a disagreement about one of them. I can't remember what one it was though.
I can't remember.
It's probably something cool, and I was probably right about it.
No, I was right about it, as I was done. Anyway, so Bill and the Doctor, they're having a little chat or whatever.
Yeah.
Doctor's like, hey, you go bloody wait in the TARDIS, look after the captain. All right. And Bill, she's like, you're lying, you think I'm a bloody trick or whatever. And this is just a nice conversation again. She's like, well, like, he's like, look, I don't know if you are Bill or not, but what I do know is that if you are Bill, and if there's even the slightest chance, that you'll get her, I can't have that. All right, so fucking go. If
there's even a 1% chance, then you have to take it as an absolute certainty.
You got to kill Batman.
You got to kill Superman or something.
Yeah. And then Bill's like, "You're a fucking dickhead."
Yeah,
you're an absolute.
I've had enough,
cunt. You know that? Yeah, I love that. It's like, you're a bloody stupid ass. I like it. I like her just getting a moment to call him out.
I do too. Yeah,
and then that's when the first Doctor pops out of the TARDIS and goes, "If I hear any more language like that from you, young lady, you're in for a jolly good smacked bottom." And then just the horrified look on 12 is like, can we pretend that never happened, please?
It's such a good line delivery. I had heard that this is kind of where I'd heard that conversation for, that like the first Doctor never realistically would be going around threatening to smack random people's bottoms if they misbehaved. But at the same time, apparently it's funny.
Apparently it's an actual quote from the Doctor.
Surely not.
Apparently.
But it's a real quote. But then people that like the first Doctor are like, he wouldn't say any of this other sexy stuff.
Yeah, apparently it was used he was speaking to Susan, which is his granddaughter. So it's more, I guess, more in context that way,
it's
because
discipline.
Discipline, but
gross in itself. But yeah,
but hey, I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll get there and see. I guess we'll see.
We're yet to make up our own minds on this.
But
I think
what I do like about that is this scene is surprisingly sweet, and this is where I cry for the first time watching the episode. A funny joke about the first Doctor being sexist and spanking Bill, all well and good, but then the 12th Doctor going, "Oh, can we just pretend that never happened?" And then can we never talk about that? And Bill saying, "I hope we do talk about it. I hope we talk about it loads. I hope we never fucking shut up about it." And then I'm like, I'm even getting up now. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. I love that so much.
It's so fucking sweet. I think it's especially sweet because it comes after something that I've loved about the Capaldi era, right from his very first episode, is this idea about looking at someone and not seeing them. It comes up a whole bunch with Clara. I think it ties into, well, Clara can't accept the 12th Doctor of who he is at the start. Then obviously the Doctor losing his memories of Clara and looking straight through her and not noticing that's something. And then it happening here with Bill, and I just like that it's a thematic callback to that. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And then you're absolutely right. And just the way that Bill's like, that's not happening. I don't want this to end. And I'm Bill. And I'm real, and I hope we go on to live lives together and have more fun and jokes and stuff. Yeah, it's lovely. It's such a fucking...
It's so beautiful.
And it's a beautiful line, yeah.
And the little moment they have, she says, "Come back alive," and then he just says, "Be here when I do." That's very sweet.
So sweet. Yeah,
Very
and like,
sweet.
if this is fucking just ones and zeros, why would he give a shit? Like,
Exactly.
And we've seen what the Doctor does when he doesn't believe shit like this before. He would just ignore her. Like, he just wouldn't respond to this. But
yes,
I love
anyway,
this. This is good.
Bill's inside the TARDIS. She gets the captain a nip of brandy. And we see her glass arm. She's a glass arm.
Yes.
Oh,
Again, this is what I understand the episode has a role to play here in getting me to be like, Bill's sinister.
Oh, spooky.
And I kind of like that it's a fun thing because the episode really wants me to understand that Bill could be a secret villain.
Yes.
But I know by now Moffat's writing style is that it's too late now in the episode for Bill to be anything other than good-natured, and this is true. Because imagine if the 12th Doctor's swan song, if at the end of it Bill goes, "You were right all along, I was fucking around. I was a real
and then
evil
she
prick."
turns into a gun. Her head just goes into her body and just a gun appears instead.
Go gadget glass gun.
That would be a wild choice,
It'd be a wild choice, completely absurd, and it would never happen. So I respect the episode as a job to do, and that's keep me guessing about what plot is gonna happen, even though I know completely what plot is gonna happen.
So the Doctor goes to blah blah blah. He basically ends up going to speak to a Dalek. There's a Dalek at the top of the tower shooting all these little creatures. And the Doctor's like, "Hey, go on, scan me. You'll see I'm dying. Don't you want a bloody front row seat to that or whatever?"
Yeah.
And the Dalek
shoot me down here. You're not going to see me die up there, basically. Yeah.
Yes. There's a moment of like the first Doctor. He's like stumbling around and he figures out that they're Daleks or whatever. But who cares? Anyway.
This is. I'll be honest. This is the weakest part of the episode for me because I think there's some interesting conversations that happen here. But in a large part, I'm just like, you take the 12th Doctor away from his mates to put him in a room with Rusty, and I understand there's a nice scene that has to happen there. But at the same time, this is what
I get to. So Rusty's back. All right.
Yeah, Rusty's back. Yeah.
The Dalek from Into the Dalek is back, and he's here fulfilling his purpose and killing Daleks. No.
Yeah. And
thoughts on Rusty being back?
I like Rusty being back. I like that it's the insult, "You're a good Dalek," to the Doctor that was so cutting in his first couple of episodes. I think maybe his third episode, maybe
second,
maybe
second. Well, depending on how you count second. The second episode of Series 8.
Yeah, okay. But I think that it has a vastly different meaning now. I think it's there to punctuate the arc that calling the Doctor a good Dalek back in the day now means an entirely different thing to what it did when it was an insult, and now he's just like, sure, yeah, cool. It's I quite like that he's there to punctuate it. But aside from that, I'm not really sure what Rusty adds to it other than it's nice to see him, I guess. I like seeing Daleks because they're cool.
I like seeing Daleks. I think it's more I think it's adds into what I think a lot of this episode is about, and the growth of the 12th Doctor. Okay, because the when he met Rusty, he was very new. He was brand new, essentially a brand new Doctor, not yet fully formed, and very different to how he is now. Really, like in a few ways,
ushering that guy into his death quicker.
Literally, letting someone, like, fucking helping someone die because it made his job easier and everything like this. Not really caring about the people he was with. Quite dismissive of life and stuff like that. And I think like a bit of the point is to be like the Rusty saying you are a good Dalek, and the Doctor being like, yeah, whatever. He's not bothered by that anymore because he knows that's not necessarily the case now. He has, I think at the time, absolutely was, but he's moved on thanks to the help of Clara and Bill and everyone else in his life. You know, he has moved on, grown, and evolved to more than that now. Yeah,
it shows that like back in Series 8, it was hate recognizes hate, and he knew it was true.
Yes,
and then now he's like, oh, Daleks just be hating, basically. We're all good. I'm cool, man.
He's so beyond it, you know? He is very much beyond all that. Yes. I think there's a nice chat between the first Doctor and Bill, though.
Yes, yeah.
Very nice moment where is it? Hold on.
Is this just before the first the chat with the first Doctor and Bill, I think there is a nice moment with Marky Mark on the TARDIS with Bill.
Oh, there is. Yes. Yeah.
I think it's very World War One attitude wise. You know, like I've left the wife back home and the kids will move on from their fathers. Such is the way.
Boys are supposed to miss their dads or whatever.
Yeah. But I kind of I really really like this aspect of like hope giving you like hope being a dangerous thing. Like when you've made your peace with death, it's better in that moment to just succumb to it and die. But when you're given an alternative and a way out, the promise of potential extra life is exciting, and you get attached to it, and then you fear death more than you ever did, even in the moment of your death. I really like that this episode ties that back to the Doctor, because Marky Mark's a man that will want to go on and do more living. Yeah. And that this is the Doctor was ready to die. You know, I thought there'd be stars, pity, all of that stuff, like that. That beautiful stuff, right? But he was ready to die there and then. And the fact that it's the cruelty of the regeneration cycle that it's just gone on, and he's refused it because he wants to succumb to it. But in doing so, it's just given him more opportunities to see what's out there for him beyond death. Yeah, and I love that he's scared of carrying on living because of him having to face more pain relentlessly. And I think that's punctuated very well with Marky Mark's inclusion in this scene.
Very much the theme of the episode, really. Yeah, very much an ideal that's shared amongst the three blokes, I guess. But yeah, also a very nice conversation between Bill and the First Doctor. She's like recognizing that he's the first one, you're the original version of the Doctor and stuff. Yeah, I don't know, just a really nice moment, and the Doctor gets to explain that like why he left Gallifrey and what he was running from and stuff, and not running from what he was running to. Is the focus of that conversation, and this is what I love about the First Doctor. This is kind of why I said it was a bit more contemplative and talking about the question that I want an answer to this question, and also positioning the First Doctor in a place of optimism. He looks forward to the future for answers. He wants to understand things. And 12's very much at a place where he's like, I get it, time to die. It's a contrast. 100%. And it's also nice to add like a bit of naivety to the First Doctor, I guess. Absolutely. And when you, for the first time, you do get a sense of how young he is compared to the Doctor. This is not in his infancy, because he's like 500 years old. So like, but still, like compared to the Doctor we know, First Doctor had a good fucking run, didn't he? He did one of the longest. But yeah, like this is like the youngest we've seen the Doctor up to this point. So like, and there's so much he hasn't experienced and doesn't know about the universe yet and everything like that. And the fact that he's got these moral and ethical questions that he's asking and stuff, it is nice to see a bit of that naivety about him and stuff. It's that talent, and David Bradley does have it because he's a phenomenal actor. But it is that talent that you need to have playing the Doctor. You need to be able to give off a sense of timelessness in your eyes. Yes, 100%. when you can have a conversation like this. And I think how he's able to do that, David Bradley, how he's able to do that whilst playing a character that he didn't originate. Like he's still having to work within the confines of an impression of William Hartnell ever so slightly. Yeah, and I also think it's really nice that as well, like he got this role because he played the actor William Hartnell playing Doctor Who. Nice. Like he played William Hartnell in a TV movie, essentially, telling the story of how Doctor Who was made. And now they've gone like full circle with that and brought him into the actual role. And now, for all intents and purposes, he is the First Doctor. Like, spoiler alert, he comes back at one point and it's David Bradley again, you know, and it's like, does he? Who's he? Oh yes, I remember. Yeah, the Power of the Doctor. Yeah. And it's like I guess for the time being, for this generation, David Bradley is the First Doctor, and I think it's nice that he is added to, not taken away from William Hartnell. William Hartnell is still the First Doctor, but it's nice that he's also added to the legacy. I think, you know, he's also the First Doctor. Because why not? Yeah, I think so. I think and also it's a he's not changing the character. He's not playing the character. He's playing the character ever so slightly differently, but it is nice that it can be a shared role, because ultimately, if you want these classic Doctors to come back, you know, the show's 60 fucking years old. Yeah. It's gonna be that people are dead. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. And
And this is
and
not
then
the
unless
first
you
recast,
want,
is it? Like,
and unless you want slop and AI and a
Yeah.
horrible situation, like
embrace this recasting. Yeah. I'm sure they've recast before. I'm pretty sure they're recasting Classic for Troughton, maybe.
no. They recast. The first Doctor was recast in the 25th anniversary special.
Was
the
it
five
five Doctors?
Yeah, the five Doctors, because he had sadly passed by that point. William Hartnell passed. So there was another bloke who, I don't know the name of him, but another bloke who took over the role. So yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I've nothing against the recast. Why not?
No, I don't either. I think it's more beneficial.
Bring in that bloke at the end of Adventure in Space and Time who played Patrick Troughton.
Yeah,
He
whoever
looks
that
good.
was, he was good. Yeah, I liked him.
For the 2 seconds he was on screen,
Gave off appropriate vibes. Yeah,
Sure. Good on him.
Yeah, I think it is funny that they've got people waiting in the wings. Do you reckon? I know that Doctor Who. I know that BBC as a whole are kicking themselves that fucking Sean Pertwee is like, I'm never touching the Doctor. That's my dad's role, and it's weird that you want me to play it.
Wasn't there rumors that he was going to be the Doctor?
Well, if there was rumors, it would be the biggest hypocritical move. He's come out so many times and gone, no, stop asking. I'm not playing the Doctor.
Interesting.
I mean, he might have changed his tune, and I don't know about it. But I know that I've read that he's like, look, my dad loved two things: one, playing the Doctor, and two, that small little caravan.
I fucking knew he was going to mention that caravan, man.
That's
the one thing you bring up all the time.
He loves that caravan that folds down in 30 seconds, but is more accurately 2 minutes.
Good. He's proud of that caravan.
He loves that caravan.
Anyway, point is, I like the Doctor's asking this big ethical question. What is goodness in the universe? Is there any logic in it all? And then Bill's like, maybe there's just a bloke,
Yeah.
Maybe there's just a guy who goes about wandering around in his weird little magical box, just fixing things. Wouldn't that be nice,
This scene is so lovely. Firstly, I love the way just Hartnell goes, a bloke. A bloke. But yeah, I think, what did I write down about this? I can't even fucking remember now. But I like Bill's realization that she realizes in that moment. And again, this is kind of why I like it being Bill, because Bill's still having thoughts. It's not just, I can only exist within the confines of what Bill knew. Bill is learning and growing as a person whilst in this glass form and stuff, right? But she's clocking right now that the Doctor doesn't see himself in this way. And she's like, it's baffling that you can't see what everyone that has ever met you sees.
Yeah.
And that you're just a good fucking guy. Like, it's you see your entire existence as pain and doom and death, but that's just the toll that you take off of everyone else. That's the burden you carry. And in fact, the force that you put out into the universe is that of immense goodness. I think it's a lovely scene from Bill.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so too. Yeah, very much so. So yeah, first Doctor, 12th Doctor is talking to Rusty. He's getting the information about testimony, and that's where he's like, oh, it's not an evil plan. I don't know what to do when it's not an evil plan.
Knows.
He's stumped by it. Finds out the testimony founder or whatever is just some professor from the University of New Earth, the year 5 billion or whatever. But a fun big callback there.
Yeah.
And that's when, the first Doctor hugs Bill, and then she's got her weird glass arms out for no reason other than to show us, the audience, that she's glass.
She's a glass person, yeah.
And then, spy in the camp. Oh,
yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, no, bloody, I'm Bill, I'm part of testimony. And then they go see the Doctor, and then...
Yeah, the Doctor's like, why is the video paused? And the first Doctor comes in and is like, it's actually not the video pausing. It's me.
Time. It's
your glassmate is frozen time again.
Your glassmate is frozen time, Doctor.
And he probably said some more sexist and racist things.
He hasn't said anything racist, all right?
Yeah,
Don't
but
put that on him.
He would.
No, he wouldn't. All right,
he's that kind of guy.
No, he isn't.
I think it's very accurate that the Doctor is a racist.
No. Anyway, more like, you're not Bill, shut up. But then Bill's like, oh, shut up and stop being stupid, you cunt. Fucking hell. Yeah. These are my memories, so this is me. I am Bill, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the Doctor's like, fucking hell, right? There's got to be an end, all right?
Yeah.
Like, for Bill, for everyone, for even me, all right? Like, there has to be an end. And then like it was something quite heartbreaking. He's like, I'm so tired of you losing people, you know? So if the captain has to die, a request, this was our fault, let's take him back. And this is all done over quite a beautiful series of shots, I think, as well.
Lovely.
You see a shot of like the two TARDISes flying side by side through space and then through the vortex and stuff, and it looks absolutely gorgeous.
It's more of that. It gives off this vibe. It's more of that the night before the death kind of thing. Like this is the night before the execution for both of them. Like it's
very much so. It's three men going to their death. You know? That's what's happening here, and it's all quite haunting, but also there's a beauty to it at the same time. There's the captain and the 12th Doctor on his TARDIS, and the captain's just kind of sat there thinking about things, and you can see him like putting on a brave smile and stuff, but he's scared. Of course he's scared and everything like that. And there's a nice moment where he's like, the Doctor's like, are you all right? And he's like, yeah, just thinking, I told the wife I'd be home for Christmas. Funny how things work out. Yeah. And then you see the Doctor be like, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
As he fiddles with the time rotor.
I like this because it from a second ago to Bill kind of calling him out on his hypocrisy, like the everything has to end. Everyone has their time. Yes. And then Bill's like, does that apply to the captain? And full well the Doctor's going to loophole the shit somehow so that the captain doesn't have to go and die. Because that's the kind of he'll just do that because that he wouldn't see any other way to not do that. Like, and I like this that when he goes over to the captain. I
disagree. I don't know full
you don't
well.
Think?
I don't know full well that that's going to happen. Okay. And I think it's a nice moment that it does, though. I think
I don't know what he's gonna do. But
I'm not watching this going. The Doctor's gonna. I guess if you think about it, probably. But like, I guess I'm not thinking about it though. That's the thing. I guess
fair enough.
I'm not like the Doctor's gonna definitely save him from this one. I don't know.
I don't think I knew narratively that it was gonna happen, but I did know that. Under normal circumstances, he wouldn't just be fine with this. He wouldn't sign this off and go, yeah,
that's true.
Enough. We'll take him. Yeah,
you are right.
Yeah, I think it's I like it, and I like that it takes a genuine effort for him to go over and to speak to the captain and say, are you all right? Like, because they're both just sitting there sullen, and the Doctor then he's clear that he's lost sight of what's important to him, which is helping people. And then even the voiceover with the first Doctor saying, why this random World War I captain? And the Doctor's like, because everyone's important to someone, and that's when it clicks for him. Yeah, let me engage with this guy. Let me see him as a human being. Like, it's
very beautiful moment. The first Doctor being like, why just this captain? Like, and the 12th Doctor saying, because everyone's important to someone. I think that's very important, very beautiful. You can tie that back into a lot of like previous Doctor Who moments. The one that it makes me think of is Christmas Carol with the 11th Doctor saying nobody important. Wow, in 900 years of time and space, I've never met anyone that wasn't important. It's interesting that and you can see, is that where this comes from? Is that where he had that ideal embodied into him? It's nice to see that kind of stuff. I think
it absolutely is. And I like that you're absolutely right. You hear I told the wife I'd be home for Christmas. You can see the idea forming in his head, and the absolute triumphant accelerator on the TARDIS.
Yes.
And we're running out of these. 12 does them so well. 12 slams that TARDIS fucking lever down so well.
Does, yeah.
And we're running out of them. We're running out, Nathan. I think this is the second to last one.
Hey, yeah.
Don't like it.
So the TARDIS is materialized side by side on the World War I battlefield. Beautiful shot again of the TARDISes.
Yeah,
there the differences between them. It looks really nice to see them together. And they're escorting the captain back to the little crater or whatever he was in. And they're like, oh, thank you, whatever. Very important and key that the first Doctor says. I regret that the universe generally fails to be a fairy tale. I think, and the Bill/not Bill/Glass Woman is like, when time resumes, you will not remember this. A perception filter will also render us invisible. And Mark's like, yes, one assumes some meaning was attached to those words, which is quite fun.
He's like, all right. Yeah,
I
sure.
don't know what any of that means, but sure, mate. Sure.
It's very, very nice. It's it is funny that they're just like, you're not gonna see us, don't worry. The episode will just be over for you. It's fine, don't worry about it.
Very sweet, very beautiful. That you can argue, oh, the Doctor Who universe is so small. Who gives a fuck? Fuck off. It's sweet.
And it's Christmas.
It's Christmas as well. When the captain is like, oh, can you check in on my family? From time to time, and like the first Doctor's like, we would be delighted. What are their names? Lethbridge Stewart.
Yeah.
It's so sweet, man. It's so sweet. Just adding to the legacy of the Lethbridge Stewart family, how important they are to the Doctor's life, and maybe this is why. Maybe this is where it all started. You know, I think it's so sweet, and
I love the way that's
still going on to this day in the show as well.
Absolutely, you know? I really, really like the way that 12 is like, you can fucking believe him on that promise as well, by the way. Like, it's lovely. I look, there is an argument to be made that it's like, of what are the chances? But at the same time, but also I think that people always forget that, like, Doctor Who explains this so well, right? Like, the family are that family because of this episode now. They've just changed the canon to be like, we're checking in. Yeah. This is now going to be a family that are influenced by the Doctor's life one way or another, and that's why they're. You can make someone prominent and then go, "This is how."
I think so. Yeah,
like it's not an abstract thing. It's not like the I don't know. It's just walking around in the background of a shot, and it happens to be him. Like that would be unnecessary, but it's relevant.
There'd be no reason for that. That
exactly.
Would be, an Easter egg for the sake of Leo pointing at the screen, you know, there'd be no reason for that. But there's actual meaning to it. There's actual
and the meaning explains the relevance, which is
I think it's nice. I think it's beautiful.
I do too. Yeah, I think they unfreeze time. Or whatever.
Unfreeze time. Yes, the captain and Toby Whithouse again. They're pointing their guns at each other.
They got a silent night. Holy night.
Sure. I think they're singing in German, but Stille Nacht.
Stille Nacht.
Look, I don't think I'm going to be able to get through this without bawling my eyes out. Okay?
That's fair. That's very fair.
Spoiler alert, I've never made it through the episode without crying at this part specifically.
Okay. Yeah.
And I don't think I can talk about this without crying. So get ready for Nathan cries again. Okay, it happens quite a surprising amount on this podcast. Okay,
yeah, I'm very excited. The tears will end after the Moffat era is over, I would imagine. Are you a teary boy outside of this era? Because you weren't a teary boy in RTD1.
There was moments in RTD1 where I tear up, but
were there?
Yeah, I think I can't really remember them, but I think there were. I can't remember, to be honest.
I can't think of any. But go on, do share.
I don't know. But this is this already, man. Already. This is this is the most beautiful moment in Doctor Who for me.
Yeah.
This from this to the ending of the episode, quite frankly. From now to the ending is the most beautiful sequence of events and the most beautiful moment in in Doctor Who. So the two soldiers in the trench, their time has been restored. They're getting ready to fire, self-defense, whatever. It's cold. It's about to get colder for one of us, and then we hear the singing from first German soldiers, and he's like, "Is that singing? Is that Christmas carols?" Mark says, and then we hear the British soldiers start to sing as well. They're singing Silent Night, and then the 12th Doctor explains, like, if I'm right and if I'm lucky, like this is the start of it. This is we should be at the beginning. He says, I adjusted the time frame only by a couple of hours, and any other day it wouldn't make a difference. But this is Christmas 1914, and a human miracle is about to happen. The Christmas armistice, which is a real thing that happened in history, and it's a beautiful moment as well.
Which is crazy that fucking is a real thing. Yeah,
it's so crazy that it happened, but I think that's what adds to the beauty of this moment as well. I think that's what makes it a very beautiful moment.
It's not manufactured for entertainment or
No.
a show. It's actually playing on something that is real. Yeah,
100%. And the doctor says this is the only time it ever happened. Never happened again. Any war, anywhere. But for one day, oh, can I get through this? But for one day, one Christmas, a very long time ago, everyone just put down their weapons and started to sing. Everyone
you got this.
Everyone just stopped. Everyone was just kind. And that is the most beautiful moment in all of Doctor Who for me.
Yeah.
This moment is what made me coin Doctor Who magic. Okay.
Oh, really?
This
Okay.
is
The
the origin
Inception.
of this is the origin of Doctor Who magic. Watching this for the
Yeah.
first time, Christmas Day 2017, I was fucking out of it. I should also add the caveat that, like, anytime you do an emotional story about soldiers and about war, because of my own personal family history,
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
that fucking hits me as well, and I'm bawling like a baby as well. Okay.
Yeah, totally.
So that obviously plays a factor as well. But the fact the 12th Doctor saying everyone was just kind, and it's a beautiful moment, a way for the Doctor to save a life. He talks about, like, it never hurts, does it? A few less bodies on the battlefield, a few more lives saved, and everything like that. Such a beautiful moment, man. Such
Absolutely.
a phenomenally beautiful moment, and exactly what Doctor Who is. This is fucking Doctor Who magic. This is Doctor Who magic. This is the embodiment of what it is, and yeah, this is where it comes from. I think it's phenomenal.
I totally agree. I think that something about this, and we alluded to this earlier, is the reframing of the line "the Doctor of War," which is it literally just obviously feeds off of what you were saying. That's just there, but like the two dead people, the fewer less dead people on a battlefield, and the first Doctor kind of understanding, because you said he had a horrified look on his face when he heard all those names, and the way that he comes to the understanding of, so that's what it means to be a Doctor of War.
Yeah.
And
it's not a bad thing. It's not a doctor soaked in blood like he initially thought. It's not a man with a body count, you know. While that is the doctor does have that on him. The Doctor
does have that body count. He's that experience with the fairer sex, Nathan.
No, not that. The Doctor does have like a fucking. The Doctor does have blood on his hands, but that's not what the Doctor of War is talking about. It's not a negative connotation. It's the man on the battlefield who helps out. It's regardless of what side you're on. The Doctor of War is someone who will help you out. The Doctor is someone who will heal the wounded. The Doctor is someone who will help those who need it. Again, regardless of what side of the conflict you're fighting on. You know, that's what it means to be the Doctor of War. And it's what a beautiful thing. What just a beautiful idea to put in an episode of Doctor Who.
I think so too. I think it's like you say, the fact that it plays off a real life thing, the fact that it reframes the meaning of the Doctor of War, like all of this stuff, it just contributes to this. I'm glad you told me that it was the origin of the Doctor Who magic, because as soon as I was watching this scene, I was like, if that's not this distilled, I don't know what is. Like,
I also love the first Doctor and the 12th Doctor, they're watching this unfold. They're watching the soldiers, shake hands and hug and have drinks together and stuff. And then the first Doctor is like, I think I'm ready. Yeah, I think I'm ready now. But I want to know, are you? And then the Doctor's like, oh, you'll find out the long way around. And they we see German and British soldiers shaking hands and everything like that. There's a few different shots of that, and then they share a handshake. The first Doctor and the 12th Doctor share a handshake, and again, it's just thematically this. Again, just the two people coming from different sides. The same person when you think about it, but they are different people in the sense that 12 has lived so many different lives and has different experiences and everything like that. They're completely different people from where they are in their life, but that similarity, that desire to be kind, to be nice, brings them together in that moment, and they have a handshake and they put their differences aside and see the similarities instead. And I think it's beautiful.
And see the thing that they both keep going for as well, which I think is really, really
Yes.
the testament to this story. I think something as well that I really want to touch on is, you said it as well. It was so I'd imagine you've got stuff to say about it, but it was an important line earlier that the first Doctor said that, you know, he regrets to inform that the universe is rarely a fairy tale.
And that's where we step in.
And yeah, and 12 saying that's where we step in is not only character-wise, I'm happy to pass that over to you, but on Stephen Moffat in general, what a beautiful
100%.
summation of his understanding of Doctor Who as a show. We've said it, everyone says it, but we made a big point of trying to highlight back in series 5. And it's now dawning on me that he did 5 seasons of Doctor Who, which is pretty crazy. But back in series 5, the emphasis on the fairy tale is such a step.
6 seasons.
Was it 6 seasons?
5, 6, 7, 8.
Of course.
10. Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, does that work? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
He did 5,
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Count your fingers.
Yeah, I have.
That's 6 seasons.
That's blown my brain off. Fuck me. Anyway, it's like, I think it's really awesome that it's what a lovely idea.
Sorry, I just saw someone say, is Lawrence's microphone fucking massive or is he just tiny? It's
just where it's framed.
It's closer to the camera, that's all.
It's also comically enormous. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think what a lovely sentiment to close out his run of the show with, you know, like the fairy tale isn't there. We add that, like what a beautiful thing that he brought to the show in terms of vibes. And he's saying that it's a responsibility of the next person that takes it on to make sure this magic is upheld and to bring this wonder back into the show. And I think that's, what a lovely line to exemplify the Doctor and his like kind of output into the world, but also what you brought to the show and distill it into a way that you go, that's me, that's my saying, that's my vibes and ethos, that's what I bring to the table, I'm gone. I think it's wonderful, brilliant writing. I think
I think so too. I think it is beautiful and absolutely, again, a great summation of what this era of Doctor Who has been. My favorite era of Doctor Who. I think it's beautiful. And then again, a nice little goodbye to the first Doctor. He goes back to the TARDIS, and the screen goes again back to the 4:3 ratio, and
it's so good.
And it transitions back into the original footage as well, which is good stuff. And see the regeneration again. Briefly see Patrick Sharp, so that's good.
You do, he shows up. Do they technically
4 Doctors in the story?
Yes. Give to me a minute.
Well done.
In the same way that I can't quite wrap my head around Matt Smith being in the End of Time Part 2 is that's the brain capacity that I was just operating on.
One of the few regeneration episodes where David Tennant does not appear. Actually, this
wow, good job.
It's rare for him to not be a regeneration episode.
They were fighting him back at the door. He was finding a way.
What was the Eric Andre meme? Let me in.
Let me in.
And the
I heard he's regenerating in there. Let me in. I am technically changing the first Doctor's regeneration final words to the long way around.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't say that when he died. The first time.
Yeah. Well, I don't actually know. To be honest, I don't know what he said before he died. People often think it's the one day I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back. But that's from a different episode where he's talking to Susan when Susan
not that
leaves.
thing.
Yeah. Fun stuff. Anyway, Bill's back.
Bill's back
on the TARDIS. I just before that though, I think there's some really beautiful shots of the Doctor just alone on the battlefield.
Oh my god, yeah! Give him a hug.
He has the little goodbye with Captain Marky Mark and stuff. They have a little salute moment, which is quite nice. But then, once the first Doctor is gone, the battlefield is like empty, and the Doctor's there, and he's got his coat wrapped around himself in the cold and stuff. He
has never
want to go back to the TARDIS. Yeah, he just he needs a little bit more time, I think, which is...
I love that. I think he's never looked frailer, and he's never looked more old. Yeah. And he's never looked more past his time. This is a phenomenal sequence. And just for all of the episodes musings on does the Doctor think Bill is real and all of this stuff, how he says, should we go for one last stroll, Miss Potts? You cannot tell me that in his head he's not at the very least trying to actively switch off the part of his brain that doesn't believe it. Like he wants a friend.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. I think he's conflicted. I think that deep, he knows that it's not physically Bill. It's not physically.
He knows about those
Bill.
asterisks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He knows that it's not physically Bill who's with him. But in a sense, like, does that matter? Because blah, blah, blah. And yeah, he's just having a hard time dealing with it, I think. But yeah, I don't know. This is a beautiful scene again. The back and forth. Again, he can't quite just let it go. He's like, you're not Bill. You know, he says like, well, Bill being like, do you know what the hardest thing about knowing you was? And he's got his little jokes. Oh, my superior intelligence, my dazzling charisma, my impeccable dress sense. But Bill saying, letting go of the doctor is so hard, isn't it? She asks him as if like he is. He's having trouble letting go of the doctor. That's why he's in this situation altogether.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, see, that's avoiding the question, first of all, classic Doctor. But then he's like, that's not something the real Bill Potts would say. He's like, and it's like, fucking, I am fucking real.
Enough, you prick. Yeah. Yes. I've had it up to here. I've been saving this ace up my sleeve for a hot minute now. But if you really want to find out how much memories are worth, cunt.
Well, she's like, even now, with these last moments of your life, you still can't accept her. After what we've been through, you're still fucking having trouble. So you know what? Yeah, here's a gift, all right? And he's like, oh, you got a gift? It's not another rug, is it? Because that was fucking horrible.
Like, I'm not going to have to pretend to like it, am I?
Very fun. But no, it's Clara. It's
oh my lord,
my goat. Oh, what a beautiful moment this is.
Mate,
you know?
Genuinely, I was like, firstly, like, I'll commend every single listener of the show for somehow not spoiling this for me.
I was very vigilant.
Yeah. I'm sure that work behind the scenes took place. I'm sure that I'm sure that the Discord feature of hiding text, the spoiler tagging stuff, has worked its magic.
Yes.
But yeah, no, this was a phenomenal little surprise and a little secret, and also just the fucking thing I love the most about this show is how the visuals and audio cues are so iconic that when Bill gives him the kiss on the cheek and you can just hear Clara's theme come through.
Yeah.
And before you've even seen her and before he's even said Clara, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Clara's back, man. Look, dude, this is a great thing. Visualizing her. I only found this out after the fact. Apparently, some people think that it's Bill doing the glass Clara transforming into. I don't think it is.
It is. It 100% is.
I don't think
that's 100% what the episode is saying.
I don't think it is. I think that's the Doctor visualizing her in his brain, like the way it's, I understand the way it's shot and framed because it's a green screen and Clara's and Jenna Coleman's not there. I understand all of that stuff, but I also think there's an area dreamlike quality to it that's the visualization of his memories coming back. Because I'm pretty sure they're in different places as well.
That's nice of you to think that, but that's 100%.
I don't like that as much. I like it more when it's the same.
But all right, but then that's you admitting that that's not Bill. Then all right. Because that's the same thing. It's the whole point of it. The whole point of Bill doing that is to just prove it. Is to prove that like fucking it makes no difference. Memories are memories, regardless of like fucking of what body they're in. It's 100% Bill. But that doesn't matter. Regardless of whether or not Clara is physically there or not, because where did she come from? Where did she go? Cotton Eye Joe, you know.
No, but I'm not saying she's physically there, but I'm also saying that it's. I don't think that defeats the point of what Bill's saying either. I think it's very much like this is. I'm Bill based on memories, right? And memories clearly mean a lot to you, considering when they were taken from you, you didn't know what you'd lost. Here is the seismic fucking hammer hitting you round the head of how much memories can mean to someone. Right, once they're gone, once they're still here, once you've lost contact with them, this is how much they mean. And here's a visual signifier of that in his own brain.
Okay.
Because I don't think it one way or another, I don't think it matters too much. But I
don't think it matters. But look, I think that's a beautiful way to look at it. But just from
not what,
just 100%. I'm just telling you now, 100. It is 100% Bill, brother. She says, "I've got a present for you." Steps out of frame. The doctor looks at where she was standing, and now it's Clara. Okay, and then she steps back into frame, and she says, "We can be anyone." She says the words, "We can be anyone," and that's when Nardole appears.
Maybe then, okay.
There's no maybe about it, brother.
I'd need to watch it again, but frankly, I prefer my
that's
feeling
fine.
on
You
it.
can have your interpretation, but just know that it's wrong.
Okay, fine, fair enough.
But I will agree with you about like the ethereal and dream-like look of it, because and because that is right. I think that's another thing that's quite intentional. The doctor seeing so much beauty in Clara and this like ethereal glow to her, the sun behind her and everything like that. That was another thing I wanted to mention again when we were talking about those like ethereal shots of like the sunlight and stuff when the first doctor as well, when the first doctor was leaving, a very beautiful shot of him about to get into the TARDIS with the sunlight behind him and stuff.
Gorgeous
like that.
shot that was.
Very beautiful. But this is again like that. It is quite ethereal and very beauty and dream-like, intentionally so, but I think that's a directing choice more than a story choice.
Fair enough. What were the scenes in 2017 for you, having getting hit over the head with what you've just said is one of your favorite Doctor Who scenes of all time, to then be met with Clara immediately after?
Wreck. I was a wreck. I was an emotional,
crying into your pigs and blankets.
I was screaming, crying, throwing up. I was a fucking disaster when this episode aired. It was so beautiful to get one last, and it was suspected, because it's kind of the done thing at this point to have like a farewell, isn't it? To have the companions of
an
the
older
era
companion,
say goodbye to the Doctor and stuff. So it was expected, not rumor necessarily, but like, is this going to happen? Is it not, and stuff? And I was hoping we get one last moment with Clara, and I was a fucking wreck, absolutely.
Because I've been so locked in on Series 10, I hadn't considered that I would have absolutely hated it if 12 had moved on without getting his memories of Clara back first.
And such a beautiful thing that's what the scene is. It's him getting his memories back. He's all my memories in my head, they're back. It's beautiful.
God, what a scene, man! What a
scene. And Clara getting them in a little joke like, "Don't go forget me again," because quite frankly, that was offensive. Giving him a little rib. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful so much.
I agree, but Nardole's back. And he's here with his glass nipples and everything else.
I love it, man. I love it so much. The Doctor being like, just when I thought my life couldn't get anywhere. You think the day you're dying, your life can't get any worse, or whatever.
Another moment that, again, I'll commend your silence and your commitment to not spoiling the show for me. Was that,
again, I was very clear. I'm very sneaky when I need to be,
No, but last week I was like, I can't believe you want to brush over Matt Lucas's last appearance on the show, and you were like, I can't believe I would do that as well. What a bad thing I did. It's very funny, very good, well done.
Because I think this is the last moment of Matt Lucas, and I think it's a better last moment.
I agree, it's a better last moment. I
think it's beautiful. I love the Doctor saying thank you to them both, and I also like the so much of this episode is the Doctor and Bill going back and forth with her trying to get him to accept that she is Bill, but he doesn't ever fully accept it. Like he's even at this point, he's still not fully accepted, despite the fact that he's got his memories of Clara back and everything like that. He's like, he still ends with him in that moment. He's just been like, thank you, I appreciate this, thank you both for everything you were to me, but I've got to go now. I've got to go die on my own,
which is
there's something nice about it. But I do love that moment. It's a beautiful moment, the three of them hugging together, the little
I love I would never, like, so many times watching the show, like every now and again I see a moment where I'm like, gotta screen record that for a reaction clip to send to me. Just every now and again, just cuddle.
It's so nice, it's so cute, and then heartbreaking at the same time when they disappear. And 12 is just left there, arms open as he was hugging them, but now they're gone.
Left with echoes of 11's regeneration, holding Karen Gillan's face, and then her not being there.
100%. Very beautiful.
The Doctor There's a couple of lines. Do you know how many of you I would fill? I would shatter you.
Yeah. My
Life,
testimony would shatter you all. Because a life this long is a battlefield. And everyone else has fallen.
Oh, Stephen.
Yeah.
Stephen, I'm already dead, man. Stop it. Stop it.
Where I go now, it has to be alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And then, once they're gone, he then says to himself, time to leave the battlefield. And that's where he goes back to the TARDIS. One last scene in my goat TARDIS.
And what a scene, by the way.
What
The
a
TARDIS
scene
is
it
on
is.
full display in this fucking
Yeah.
scene. Like, genuinely,
Beautiful.
stunning. The light. I wrote this down, right, that I need to start listening to this here as TARDIS ambience when I work.
Yeah.
I like all those
100%. I'm just talking to the Doctor.
the full-on conversations.
Fully talking to the Doctor. Like she does some bleeps and bloops or whatever, and the TARDIS like, and the Doctor's like, yes, I know they'll get it all wrong without me. Yeah.
I love this scene. This
Fully
is
talking.
This is a good scene.
I do too. I really like there's the Doctor says they'll get it all wrong without me, and then he gives in, he accepts it. He says, I suppose one more lifetime wouldn't kill anyone. Well, except me. And then at that moment the cloister bell rings as well. Cloister bell warning that like the danger's coming, which I guess is true, but it's just a moment of note, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's I like that the TARDIS is involved in this thing. Like I do like that the regeneration speech isn't for anyone's benefit. It's the first time since in New Who that he's regenerated alone. Yeah. Which is really, really good and nice and interesting. And what do you think of the speech, the regeneration speech?
I think the speech is beautiful. Shock horror. I really
interesting that this is Moffat's second go around, so he's got to shift it. You get to. He blew a lot of good ideas on Matt Smith's regeneration speech. I think. So I'm interested in what you think about this one.
I personally, it's my favorite.
Awesome.
Just because it shows it's one thing I've always said is I think it's so beautiful to show in his final moment to show just how far the 12th Doctor has come. I mean, cyberpunk music meme. In this very episode, we talked about those moments in Into the Dalek where he was so happy and not at all bothered to let someone die, and if it makes his day easier, then sure, fuck it. He couldn't give a shit. He'll do what he's got to do. He doesn't necessarily have time to focus on the casualties along the way. He's got to get the job done. We can mourn later and move on. That was very much like the idea. He was grumpy. He didn't care about life. He was ambivalent. He wasn't someone you would describe as kind at all. And in his final moments, here he is and a direct quote, love is always foolish. No, hate is always foolish and love is always wise is one of his ending moments. The second to last thing he says is be kind, okay? Yeah. And it's just a great showing of the development this character has had. I think I would quite arguably say the best character development in all of Doctor Who completely. The journey that the 12th Doctor has gone on from Series 8 to the end of Series 10. It's so beautiful seeing him develop and evolve over those seasons and seeing the Doctor he started out as and the Doctor he became at the end. It's night and day, but then still have a sense of the familiarity in the Doctor throughout it all. I think it's so beautiful.
I think in terms of New Who, I think the 9th and 12th Doctors have really had the best, most consistent arcs throughout their runs. Yeah. And I think it's even more impressive with 12 because it's very easy to write a season-long arc and commit to it across one season. Yes. But to stretch it over 3 and still make it feel like it's developing in natural pace and weave in various different characters to support the arc, I think it's a great fucking... Yeah, it's as interesting as the Doctor has ever been, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah. And there is no better time to say officially switching sides. That 12 will be henceforth known as my top goat, my OG. Yeah, I think
interesting.
When you think about I'm thinking about a whole manner of things. I'm thinking about caliber of episodes, and look, don't get me wrong, 12's got his fucking duds, right? And there's some stinkers in there, but I think he has always he best exemplifies. I like Tennant as 10 for a change of pace and a difference. But if I'm talking a Doctor that exemplifies everything what you were saying earlier, exemplifies the best of the show, the core messaging of the themes of the show, it's Capaldi. Because you start as a jaded, cynical person that doesn't know his place, and you get to the end of the regeneration speech where it's effectively a warning. Don't fuck up like I did.
Yeah.
Here's the cheat codes. I've solved this. Yeah. I understand my place and I've made peace with it. And here's how you can get started the same way I didn't. Like, it's great.
What a beautiful moment. Not only the character development of the 12th Doctor, but the character development of Lawrence Hyde. Okay. As well.
Yeah.
A man who said that he couldn't give a fuck about the 12th Doctor.
Which I've apologized for on record many times.
Right? And talking about the beauty of like the regeneration speech, how you would always fucking piss me off and so many times I've had to bite my tongue and hold back my fist when we talk about this, and you'd be like, oh, never eat pears. Oh, that's what you'd say. I'm like, I want to fucking punch you in the face.
It's like the least important thing about the entire speech.
So you're missing the point entirely, you fucking dickhead. Man.
Look, it's a phenomenal speech. I think, look, as Doctors go, firstly, it's a phenomenal performance. Secondly, it's the demeanor and attitude of the Doctor, even when he's the less doctory version from series 8, he's still entertaining as fucking hell to watch.
100%, yeah. And he's still the Doctor. He's still embodying the ideals and doing what the Doctor would do. He's just been a bit grumpier and less kind about it.
A bit callous and miserable about it all. I think the companions that supported him, his relationship with Series 9 is fucking ridiculously good. Goated. Banger after fucking banger after banger.
Series 10 also goated. Series 8 goated, man.
Series 8 is I was really shocked by the caliber of Series 8. I think 10 the 10th season at least falls short of banger after banger after banger. Like there are some stinkier ones.
There are some duds,
but it's forgiven by the fact that it's effortlessly entertaining every time. Nardol's a really strong addition. Bill is a fucking excellent.
Bill's great
companion to this version of this Doctor. Great stuff. Genuinely, switching. I mean, it's been on the cards for a while now, but it's infinitely more interesting telly, I think.
I think also there's a really nice moment as well where, he talks about how like no one can never tell anyone your name, no one can understand it anyway, except children, and he kind of falls to the floor at this moment. And I don't know if this is intentional or not, but like as he's saying, like children, when their hearts are in the right place and the stars are too, they can hear your name or whatever. Beautiful bit of dialogue, first of all, beautiful bit of writing, and beautifully performed by Capaldi. But the camera is like, it's almost like he's talking directly to the camera. I don't think he is, but there's a bit of haze. There's a bit of haze and smoke and atmospheric effects in the TARDIS and stuff. And it's almost like he's breaking the fourth wall, talking directly to camera and saying like children can hear the name and stuff. And it's beautiful.
I didn't pick up on it, but I love the interpretation and the idea of that. Like,
like I say, I don't think he necessarily is. I just think it kind of looks that way because there's a bit of haze and distance between 12 and the camera. Really,
he's done this before. There's been fourth wall breaks before, even if they're not so overt.
This would be a lot more overt one. There is also a moment directly after that children bit where his hand grabs hold of the TARDIS console to pull himself up, and I always think there was 100% supposed to be a regeneration effect glowing on his hand there, but they just I don't know, forgot to put it because the shot lingers on his hand for too long for like there's nothing there, but the shot really lingers like it's showing you something. So I always think they just forgot to put in the effect, which is quite funny.
I quite like as in terms of regeneration effects as it goes, because we've seen the explosive 9 to 10 where it's basically a volcano in his fucking head for 5 seconds. We've seen the suppressed build up 10 fighting until his last fucking breath. We've seen the big explosive one from 11 to 12, but then also the little sneeze because the factory reset was already done.
Yes.
Where are you at with the effect of this? By the way, sorry if this is longer. We go really in depth on regeneration.
Yeah, we go longer. Oh, fucking hell! I just saw the time. We do. I think it is. Well, all right. So in terms of regenerations and everything like that, I think in terms of thematics and story beats and everything like this, I think this is a great regeneration in terms of all that sort of stuff. Okay. I will say the regeneration effect itself is a little bit shit. I think
it looks a bit cheap. I think
it does. I think a lot of the budget was spent in other places because so much of this episode looks beautiful. Okay.
Places I'd rather it spent as well.
Yeah,
if I'm honest.
100%. It looks a little like blurry and like a little bit like I can almost see like the black lines on the edge of the effect that's been like imposed over the footage, you know, like it's I can tell I'm looking at stuff that's been put on over the top of
exactly right.
Which ideally I shouldn't be able to tell that. It doesn't necessarily look the best. Largely I don't care though. Like
no, it doesn't bother me at all. I just think it's interesting as a point of because I do like it when they always change and they develop, and I also think this is maybe one of the most creatively shot regenerations. Especially in a minute once the new Doctor is on the screen.
One thing I wanted to ask you is we talked about how like I think quite recently we talked about how there's a difference between like 10 not being able to come to terms with his regeneration and 12 going through a sort of similar thing. And what are your thoughts on that?
So it's kind of what I said a minute ago. I enjoy 10 as a point of difference. I enjoy 10 as a point of this is I like the I don't want to go, the infamous line that we disagree on. I think there's an element of that is
and what a difference. I don't want to go. Doctor, I let you go. It's almost like Moffat was just doing a direct. This is how it's done. Fuck you, bitch. You know?
So I think that but that ultimately is the point, isn't it? Like I've said this so many times, but I think interesting TV doesn't have to mean the best thing for the character, and I think that the 10th Doctor and his regeneration and his reluctance to regenerate is very narratively compelling and interesting. Especially because I also think the show immediately does away with him and forgets him immediately in terms of series 5. We'll get to the rest of it later, but I think it's very interesting to see that as a point of difference. This, I would argue, is far more aligned with the show and its messaging and what it should be. But I also think it's definitely the more expected version. That doesn't make it bad or boring, and it doesn't make one better than the other. But I do think that this is more interestingly handled.
I think it makes one better than the other.
I know you do. But I think that's a point. As a testament of how much I appreciate the writing in this. That I think the obvious choice is still the better, more interesting one than the subversive, different aspect to this approach. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Wait. I also think it's a great, again, Doctor, I let you go is a great last line, you know, and thematically coming from fucking Bill's letting go of the Doctor is never easy, is it? Him having that final moments of acceptance and coming to terms with it. I think it is very, very beautiful. I think it also kind of speaks a little bit to Peter Capaldi himself. Really, someone who has been,
I think so,
like such a lifelong fan of Doctor Who,
obsessed with the Doctor,
a huge fan of Doctor Who. Got to live out his dream of becoming and playing the Doctor himself, and hasn't ever come back to it, and has been, and on top of that, has been quite adamant on the fact that he won't ever come back to it. That he chooses not to. He said, like, it's not something I ever want to revisit. I had a beautiful time doing the show. It meant a lot to me, and I'd love to retain those memories, you know? And I'd love to.
I don't need anything to be tarnished from that.
Exactly.
I don't need to.
He's done all he needs to with the show, and he's done a fucking phenomenal job. I think he probably has the healthiest relationship with the show.
Almost certainly, yeah.
Everyone who's done it. So, yeah.
I think there's also a point to be said about, like, how David Tennant is. He existed as the Doctor when the show was at a point of booming popularity, right? For a lot of people, like you said, they considered cancelling it after, because who could possibly take over from the David Tennant? Like, there was all of that mindset, and I think public opinion, whilst they can always appreciate David Tennant for the person that he is outside of the show, and also what he brings to the show, and also him championing the show into this era where it is now kind of uncancelable despite attempts. Like I appreciate what he's done for the show, but now I look back at his era with very much a lot of a fondness, but also this element of like, it doesn't feel like I'm looking back. If I want to see David Tennant as a Doctor, I've got like 15 fucking eras to choose from. Do you know what I mean? Like there's so many.
You
like,
have two, realistically.
No, but what I'm saying, but spread out through the decades, it doesn't feel like he's ever fully stepped away.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, I haven't been connected to Capaldi as the Doctor for that long, but I do think that there is an element of I will be given time to miss this incarnation of the Doctor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which Tennant never really gave me. And
yeah.
I appreciate that. I think that leaving a role like the Doctor, it's important to leave space for other people to inhabit the role of the Doctor.
I think so too. Yeah.
And by being a constant looming presence over the shoulder, being like, I'm the Doctor too. It's like, we know. Can someone else have a go for a second, please?
You're all over the merch, brother.
Exactly. Relax, Chief. Like no one's.
And now you're all over the
boxes.
merch twice.
Different use. But
we know.
Yeah, but no, incredible. Like I say, the only thing, it doesn't take me out of the scene at all, but the only thing is I think the regeneration effect itself is a little After Effects-y. I think it's a little,
I think so too. Yeah.
A little green screen, fucking Ultra Key remove the green. It's a little bit, it's
not green screen because it was on.
But it's a little bit like if I really wanted to create this effect, give me 2 days and I probably could.
Yeah,
like it's something that I feel like the show should be able to achieve things I can't as a complete fucking amateur of effects work in my bedroom. Like
I don't care. Doctor Who has looked better. Doctor Who has looked worse. Doctor Who will always look both better and worse. You know, like
it's just one of them things. It ebbs and flows.
Sometimes in the same episode you'll get the most beautiful shots and some of the most horrendous stuff you've ever seen. So
totally, totally agree. Yeah,
I don't really care that much at the end of the day. But then,
new Doctor.
Regeneration happens. Quite a different reveal of the Doctor as well. Is very slow at first. You know, you see the silhouette of the new Doctor. You see the ring drop from the finger quite slowly and dramatically.
The ring and the ring falling off the finger and the ring dropping on the foot are two of my favorite shots of Doctor Who of all time. Really? Absolutely fucking stunning. Like composition wise, they are breathtaking. Lighting wise, they look spectacular. And I also think what I like about this, I enjoy all the nature of the things, but I also think this is a weak point for Capaldi's entrance. I feel like they tried to do the same thing that they did with 11, where they went, have him come in, have it be chaotic, have the companion not sure what's going on, right? It's the same thing Matt Smith did well. It's the same thing that Capaldi did well. Yeah. It's not new or interesting.
Wait, what are you talking about?
So, legs, still got legs, hair, oh yes, hands, 2 fingers, nose, all of that stuff, right? Great. Boundless energy, introduce him. Mopey 10, gone. Boundless energy 11.
New energy. Yeah.
New energy, phenomenal. They tried to do that again in 11 to 12. With 12 going, one question, does anyone know how to fly this thing? Whoa, we're crashing, all of this stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't try something different, and I think it's to its detriment. I think it doesn't work as well. This, fully leaning full tilt into stylistically different, presentation-wise completely different.
Yeah.
I would say, from where we are, at least, I don't think Regeneration has ever felt more like a birth than this.
Yeah.
This is great. And I understand that there's the slow reveal because they want it to be like, we've never done this before. It's a woman. What do you guys think?
New. Yeah.
It's I mean, just by nature of the casting in general, it is something new. But I also think Rachel Talalay highlights this as a moment of beauty and a moment of the Doctors let them go. It shouldn't be this chaotic moment, I don't think. You get that in a second. But the first moments of this Doctor being here should feel like they've come off the back of someone that's lost something to put them in the world.
Yeah, I think so.
It's fascinating. I think it's so beautifully shot and so great and interesting.
A POV shot as well.
POV shots, dude.
When has that been done in a Regeneration?
Do it more. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it was really interesting seeing like the Doctor, grab the screen, looking at the reflection in the screen, and then just the shocked look on Jodie Whittaker as she realizes brilliant, know? Like what a great moment that is. Just a moment of like the Doctor who, as far as they're aware, has never gone through this before, being so excited by this prospect, being so excited at something new happening, a new adventure about to come. I think that's great.
I think so too. I think it's Jodie gets a minute maybe tops, like maybe 2 tops, but like I think that the time that she has on the screen very much introduces you to the optimism of a new era. The smile is filled with like, firstly, it's Jodie Whittaker. She's endlessly endearing, got charisma for fucking buckets, right? But like, yeah. But I think it's what she does with that little smile is just like, this is about to be something wholly different and new. Yeah. And speaking from from this perspective as an audience member, and I've seen the era, and I have things to say on it, but I'm extremely excited to revisit it with completely fresh eyes.
I am too.
And also experiencing it in the context of now knowing everything that came before. I'm sure that will change my mindset.
Oh, interesting.
On a certain thing, because that's a perspective I've never had before. So what do you think about that? Are you excited about the next era?
I'm very excited about the era to come. Again, I've not necessarily rewatched that era, so it's been quite a while since I've seen a lot of it. So I am excited to go back and
hot, fresh, and different for both of us.
See it through a different lens, and also like, the people have their thoughts on the era. Okay, and let me just say, Still Got Legs is never gonna be the show where we just talk shit about stuff. Like, if you are not necessarily a fan of the era and you're like, can't wait to hear the boys rip that apart, listen to a different show, okay? Because that's not
we'll
what
rip
this
apart
show
things that are fair to do.
We will fucking rip apart stuff if it deserves to be ripped apart, and we will be like, oh, this is fucking shit or whatever, and we have done that and we will do that. But at the end of the day, we're still going to try find those moments to celebrate throughout the show, because that's what this is. We love Doctor Who. We're never here to just wholly be like, oh, this is bad and horrible and I hate it, That's, and I feel like
I feel like a lot of it is hyperbole, and also I feel like a lot of it is charged in this very gross misogynistic direction. I think a lot of people want to paint Chibnall as this weird soy boy cuck guy, and I think a lot of people want to paint Jodie Whittaker as the sole proprietor of the downfall of Doctor Who, which is fucking absurd. That's like none of that. Even if we're speaking about qualities of episodes that we may not enjoy, it's never coming from that place. That's an insane place to come at things from.
And I will say, I think there's some great moments to look forward to. There's some great episodes to discuss and come. Cyberpunk move. There's some really good stuff to discuss. So I can't wait. I'm looking forward to getting sunken into a new era, a change for the show. But I'm looking forward to it.
But something different. The TARDIS, let's just shotgun this quickly. The TARDIS, it shits the bed, ejects her out. TARDIS blows up.
It does, yes. Crazy ending. Like, fucking hell, she presses one button and the whole thing goes to shit, man. The TARDIS is like, I'm freaking out.
Now, this didn't help, because funnily enough, I do remember a headline that is the Doctor became a woman and then immediately didn't know how to drive.
This happens every regeneration.
None of
them know how to fucking fly the TARDIS.
It crashes every single fucking time, or blows up, or something.
Look what happened once 9 regenerated into 10. What happened? Crashed it into the Palace State. 10 regenerated into 11. Crashed it in Amelia Pond's garden. 11 regenerated into 12. Drove into a fucking dinosaur. Somehow managed to fly that to Victoria, London. Crashed on the fucking bank of the Thames. All right, brother, this is not new. Okay?
Like it just shows you day 2. Well, day 1, the morning after, news articles just immediately coming in with like, no, not my doctor. Like, shut up, off. You fucking idiots. But anyway, Nathan, looking back on Moff's run, right? And not necessarily a question that you asked me.
Hold on. Before you ask me this, okay. You've said the 12th Doctor has overtaken the 10th Doctor and as your favorite. Are you now willing to finally say? I think you actually might have already. Actually, now I think about it. Sure. But the TARDIS is.
The TARDIS is better. Of course it is. Come on, man. Like,
that everyone is ugly.
Yeah, look, if there was anything that was going to sell it, it was the regeneration scene here, because something about the Shepherd's Boy song,
I didn't even mention that.
And leading down to the well-timed "The Doctor, I let you go."
Yeah,
like the way that it's constantly going beep, boop, bloop, 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 the entire way through. That stunning. The lighting, stunning. Yeah, it's. I don't go to this. Is not me disparaging the 9 and 10 TARDIS, but I think the 12th Doctor's TARDIS has more to offer.
100%.
Yeah.
And
totally.
also, to be fair, it's made with a higher budget and everything like that.
Yeah, exactly. So there's
well.
that to it. Yeah.
Yeah, but still.
Also, but I feel like they're so like different that budget doesn't really play a factor. They were going for clearly different aesthetics anyway. Like,
I feel like budget definitely played a factor in how shit.
Well, I don't know, because Disney money gave us something else that was straight from the brain of
Lawrence.
Yeah, I know. All right, sorry.
Oh, you've been bad today, man. You've fucking wait till you hear tomorrow's Patreon episode.
Yeah.
You were so fucking.
I was a little naughty.
I had to yell at you so much. All right, we're approaching hour 3, man. Let's.
Oh shit me! All right,
let's
fine.
press that weirdo button.
Yeah, that's very, very fair. No, wait, quickly, but though.
Yes.
Closing thoughts on the Moffat era. What's it been like revisiting it? Have you changed your opinion on anything?
Oh, fuck no, it's beautiful. It's it's my favorite era of the show. It's something that I truly fell in love with. Watched it. I feel very defensive of the Moffat era, and it feels very personal to me, because like while I watched it and loved it as it aired, but a lot of people didn't. And there's a lot of people revisiting the Moffat era, much like you, and being like, oh, this is actually good when I give it a chance. Yeah, fucking no wonder, brother. Maybe you should have done that in 2010, cunt.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. But there is, and sure, whatever. I guess the battle is just getting them on side. That's the main thing. All right. Yeah.
But it is annoying when you've been shouting something from the hills this entire time.
I've been in the trenches since I've been in this fight since I was 6 years old. Cassian Andor. All right.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. So yeah, I feel very defensive about the 12th and Moffat era. And I guess that does also lead to me being a bit snarky about some of the other eras, mostly RTD. But it is my favorite era. It continues to be my favorite era, and there's nothing I've seen yet which has dethroned that. But yeah, I love it, and I always will. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, lovely, awesome.
And you also love it, and it's your favorite era now.
I would say that. Yeah, I think as an adult, I think.
Look, I have a dumb kid with no critical thinking skills.
No, I'll always have a place in my heart for the nostalgic influence of RTD1's run, and I like a lot of those episodes are some of my favorite comfort watches of all time. I'm gonna throw and do you know why? I've clocked this recently, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it's this sounds so reductive, because the whole, this is not emblematic of the whole era. A lot of the comfort watches I throw on in RTD1 are because sometimes the episodes are written for dumb children, right? And and you know, like this fat's trying to kill me.
What's a comfort watch you're throwing on?
A comfort watch I'm throwing on would be a Partners in Crime. A comfort watch I'd be throwing on would be something of a Series 3 kind of thing. Fucking what's that? Like a Utopia or a Sound of Drums or a Last of the Time Lords. I watch them frequently. That kind of stuff.
Drums.
Yeah, here comes the drums, indeed.
Here
baby.
Here come the drums.
But I think there's a reason I watch them for comfort in the background when I'm working.
So you don't have to pay attention to them.
It's exactly. It's because if I put on a Moffat episode, that would be one of my favorites. Is
You're hooked. You can't put on Heaven Sent in the background,
exactly.
Brother, you know.
And look, I'm not drawing comparisons. I think Heaven Sent compared to Last of the Time Lords is an unfair fight anyway. It's like fighting a blind person if you tie their hands behind their back.
Nuclear bomb.
It's exactly right. But like, but I also think that like, it's quite clear that I watch some episodes of Doctor Who to escape my brain, and I watch some episodes of Doctor Who to experience the caliber of a show that I fucking love. And it's typical that the latter ends to be Stephen Moffat episodes.
Typical Pickle in the chat just said, imagine 9 with Moff writing. Brother, that's the empty child.
Yeah, that exists. Yeah,
that's literally there, bro. And that's a goated episode as well.
And I will say that like RTD smoked some different shit in Series 1, man. Series 1 fucking hits hard. Like,
Dalek is goated, man. Dalek is a
ridiculously
goated episode. Yeah.
So goated that I remember us watching it and going, did Russell write? Oh.
Did Russell write Dalek? No, he didn't, did he?
Did he not?
No, it was by that guy. I can't remember.
What was the one that we were surprised that he wrote? I can't remember.
No, I don't know. I have no idea.
Anyway, look, it's high time that I press a button, Nathan. Would you like me to press the button?
At 3 hours in, Lawrence, I'd fucking love you to.
Fuck me.
Weirdo of the week.
This is everyone's favorite section of the show where we get to take a chance to look back and reflect on some of the weird and wonderful and grubby little characters who come across our screen each and every week. Lawrence, who is your weirdo for this week, the final week of the Moff Capaldi's era?
I got two options. Choose option 1 or option 2, please, Nathan.
Option 2.
Right. Okay. Option 2 would be the Doctor, the 12th Doctor.
Now, what was option 1?
Option 1 was Mark Gatiss and Toby Whithouse.
Okay.
And
why the 12th Doctor?
The 12th Doctor.
Just do both, you idiot. Just tell me.
Yeah. I was doing a fun bit. The 12th Doctor says, "You trying to be funny?"
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Why would he be? He doesn't know you. He doesn't understand who you are. He doesn't know anything about. But yeah, I know it's for us, but it's an odd thing to say to him. Like, is anyone here a doctor? You trying to be funny? Clearly not. Does anyone? Can someone help me? I understand it's ridiculous, but an odd thing for him to say. The second one would be Mark Gatiss and Toby Whithouse making a big display of I wish you could understand that I'm not trying to shoot you. I wish you could understand that I don't, it's not in my heart to take a life right now. Right? Yeah. One of you, instead of just being like, basically, at some point, one of them has got to make a move. That's going to be either pulling a trigger, or it could be as simple as one of them just raising their gun to the air and going, "Hey, not trying to shoot you, brother." Because it seems clear that you're both conflicted about pulling a trigger. Case in point, you're both still alive. So maybe one of you should just take the initiative instead of talking to one another in languages you can't understand. Is just go, "I'm good. If you're good, we can just fuck off. We can leave this."
So you're suggesting that one of them pull a Hamilton?
I am suggesting, yeah, you raise your
and
pistol.
How did that work out for Alexander Hamilton?
Well, yeah, but in this scenario, Toby Whithouse doesn't want to kill him because he sabotaged his career at every turn or whatever the fuck. There's a different dynamic at play, I think.
All right. I think there's more to it than what you're saying, but
there might have been. And I think that Toby Whithouse should have spent his life sabotaging Marky Mark's career and taking his writing slots and Doctor Who. But
sure.
That's a different point. Anyway, who's your weirdo?
All right, great. Well, that was fun. Did you say your other one?
Yeah, both Marky Mark, Toby Whithouse, and the 12th Doctor.
Oh, yeah, 12th Doctor, yeah. Mine is Ben and Polly, who are the First Doctor's companions.
Okay, sure.
Because they're with the First Doctor when he's like, "Oh no, I'm regenerating. We need to get back to the TARDIS." All right. Yeah. And then we see the First Doctor stumbling through the snow on his own. So presumably they just fucked off to the TARDIS without him. Okay, whilst the old frail man is dying, right? They're just like, "Yeah, let's just leave him in the fucking Arctic alone." Yeah,
why not?
That'll be fine as he stumbles back to the TARDIS. And then, I don't know, I guess they were just somewhere else in the TARDIS for the rest of the episode.
They went off to go to sleep.
Where the fuck were? Look, maybe this is explained in Classic Who. I don't know. Don't fucking tell me. All right? Yeah. I don't care. But
does he regenerate alone in Classic Who?
I don't know. But like, fucking, where are they, man? Like, they're in the TARDIS clearly, yeah. But where? Because other people are in the TARDIS. We have seen set in the TARDIS at this point. You know,
you'd think at some point they would have come down and been like, "What's the commotion? What's happening down here?" Yeah,
maybe.
That's fun. That is very fun.
That was crazy. Anyway, good on them.
Where they go?
Yeah, maybe we'll find out. Maybe that's something to look forward to. You know?
Yeah,
we'll figure out the mystery of where the fuck were Ben and Polly during
when we finally get there.
Yeah, when we get there. So that's good stuff. Anyway.
Indeed, it is. Awesome. Well, Nathan, it's time for the audience to have their say, right? We got some emails, we got some voice notes, we've even got some Discord messages, Nathan.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
It is so crazy. And I'm going to pull them up right now. Fire Griffin _11 says, "I think Shepherd's Boy being the song to send 12 off has more to it than just being Gold's best. Both Shepherd's Boy and the idea of how tiring immortality is go hand in hand. Coming to the end of my favorite era, I want to point out that Heaven Sent is actually even better than how you guys might think." Brackets, Lawrence, what? What did I say? What did I say bad about Heaven Sent?
I don't know. I think you're misinterpreting, but go on.
Maybe. As it stealthily drops maybe my favorite line in the entire show before the goated with Elsew's Shepherd's Boy montage. And then they've quoted the line, "How long can I keep doing this, Clara? Burning the old me to make a new one. Really changed my perspective on this arc. Regeneration is a little bit like burning, right? Blows my fucking mind to this day, using something so normal in Doctor Who as teleports in this way to have us question what makes the next Doctor still the same Doctor, brackets memories held in glass. If not keeping the same body, is Moffat's greatest idea, as the Doctor's grief over Clara wasn't enough. Moffat doubled down on the hurt. Love to see Lawrence finally join the never big enough club of Capaldi appreciation. He's not alone. I took a while to move over from the 11th to the 12th as my favorite incarnation, realizing the double meaning of the episode is what turned me. Hate to see him go, but at least he gets the best exit in the show. That's a very intellectually intelligent message. That's drawing a lot of themes that I hadn't considered together.
I would agree with that sentiment of the best exit in the show as well.
Definitely, I think the best exit in the show.
Yeah.
I also love all of that stuff about like I never really considered the teleported, the burning different versions of itself, and that's what the Doctor is maintained through the memory and all of that stuff. That's very fascinating in terms of how it responds to this episode. Hadn't considered that. That's very good. I like
very
that
interesting. Very interesting.
Thank you, Fire Griffin. That's a genuinely really interesting perspective.
This is an email from Paolo, who says, for the Twice Upon a Time episode, Ciao, Narrance and Lawthan. I'm Paolo from Italy. First time writing in. I usually am a passive. You just got very scared and worried about our accents that we did.
I did a little bit, yeah.
I'm usually a passive member in every community, but I had to say something about my capitalized Doctor and this silly little show that somehow found its way to me. While seeing 10 and 11 a bit on and off, brackets never seen 9 until a while later because I was busy being like 1 year old. Jesus Christ.
Oh, fuck me, I'm so old, man.
12 was the first Doctor that I watched every week, making him forever special in my heart. Peter's great acting and Moffat's great writing only added to that sentiment. What's there to say that you haven't already said? Dr. X Clara, My Roman Empire, Series 10 3-part finale, an absolute banger. I remember the painful wait to watch Twice Upon a Time, since in Italy, the episodes used to come out like a year later. Fucking hell.
Oh, my Lord.
And for some reason, I didn't want to... I couldn't really see that, but it's a pirate emoji, a pirate flag emoji. Maybe not as bombastic as the other 2 episodes, but it's a sweet story of hope and kindness. Brackets, that's what Doctor Who is about, exactly. With a beautiful ending sequence of the armistice and the Doctor accepting to change. 12's last moments with Bill, Nardole, and Clara, heartbreak emoji, and this may be too long, but quintessential speech. I really love also how basically both Doctors died to the hands of Mondasian Cyberman, making this story click so well. Brackets, after watching all of Classic Who, I have a few gripes with the wrong casting for Polly and Ben. And a bit of the first Doctor's characterization, even if I get them, they wanted to mock the time period. A few fun facts. When I watched the promos for Twice Upon a Time, I initially thought Mark Gatiss' character to be a certain failed Austrian painter. Yeah, don't ask. Many years later, I was on a study trip in Hull for a few weeks, and I passed the final exam by talking with the professor about Doctor Who. Brackets, he was an old fan. Don't know why that's relevant. That's it. Sorry. I think there's the worst kept secret on this show, is
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying what it is. That's it. Sorry for the length, but I really wanted to write. You guys are amazing. Thank you for making me laugh and keeping me company during everything I do. Very curious about hearing your thoughts on the next era. Live long and prosper emoji, which is from Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Inviato do iPhone.
No, yep. Send. Okay, nice.
Sent
Yeah.
from my phone.
Good stuff.
So that was good.
I will say as well.
Thank you, Paolo.
Yeah, thank you so much for writing in, and thank you for saying kind things as well. It's very funny, and I wasn't going to say this until now. I found out that it's a safe space for this opinion to be had. My wife did immediately say on screen when Mark Gatiss came on screen, "Is he Hitler then?"
Jesus Christ.
And I went, no, he's not Hitler. He's something different. He's something worse.
Yeah.
It's Marky Mark.
It's Marky Mark. Arguably worse than Hitler. Yeah.
He
doesn't have a little Hitler mustache.
No, he doesn't.
What was your wife and Paolo thinking about?
He's got that vibe. Like
right.
There's a vibe.
Maybe it's his little uniform. It is
I think it's his
similar,
little uniform
it?
and his little hair, his little slick down hair.
Yeah.
I think that's probably part
the
of it.
hair. The hair is a little Hitler-esque, I will say.
Yeah. Hitler-esque.
Some liberties taken with a mustache, but
yeah, but
anyway, good on him.
Good on him indeed. Misha says, a change of pace, if you will, Nathan. I seem to be in the minority here in thinking that it was very boring. So much sacrilege, so much missed potential and dropped story beats. The Doctor's I'm tired of losing people and carrying the weight of the universe feelings could have been so interesting, but they just felt swept under the rug. No one really gave him a reason to stay, and it just seemed like the Doctor had a sudden change of heart on the regen that didn't feel earned by the episode. The testimony plot point seemed to end when he found out they weren't a threat. The first Doctor's presence just seemed to be for 12 to cringe at, to cringe out all of his old out of touch sentiments. I can appreciate the Doctor's life as a battlefield versus World War I comparisons and the Christmas armistice, but it does seem like it just is an excuse to let Gatiss cosplay as a soldier for a little bit. I liked all of Bill's scenes, and the Doctor's regen speech was wonderful. Capaldi's monologues are like no other, and it was nice to see a Doctor bow out gracefully in the end. Doctor, I let you go. And they've added a little kissy emoji. All in all, I could forgive myself for it being mid if it wasn't Capaldi's last episode. Instead, I think it was boring tripe, and Capaldi deserved better. God damn. Straight flames coming in here. Straight stone cold abuse on the episode, I would say.
Look, that's a take, all right?
Yeah.
And look, all takes are welcome. Well, no.
This take is welcome because it's not gross or weird or sexist. Yeah.
Look, I welcome
good faith opinions are fine. Yes.
I disagree wholeheartedly, but I respect your right to have your wrong opinion. Okay.
Yeah. I can see there are some aspects of this that I can see. Like I do think I disagree. I see where you're coming from with letting Mark Gatiss cosplay as a World War I soldier. That's 100% valid, but it also two things can be true. I know why it's there, and it definitely works in the episode.
Hugo said, "Wow, is this person Mark Gatiss because they just wrote shit?" Very good.
Very funny. Look, I think they make. I think that this could have felt like a spare part, and they make it not feel like that. They make it feel the opposite of that to me. I disagree with a lot of this, but I look, opinions welcome.
I think I disagree with just about everything said there, to be honest.
Yeah.
But hey, we all have our opinions, and that's the beauty of Doctor Who. You know?
Yeah, I think so.
Get ready for a little blast from the past. This is from Arthur Holmes, who says, "Twice upon a time, this episode is some of the best Doctor Who we've got. David Bradley absolutely kills his performance as the first Doctor, and Peter Capaldi always slays. I really like the return of Clara, and his farewell speech still makes me cry. This podcast is a recent discovery of mine, and I've been binge listening from episode 1, and I just reached 11, so I'm catching up and can't wait to hopefully hear this in an episode. Lol. Greg Cactus Face is a legend."
Yeah.
Cabs. Remember Greg Cactus Face?
I do remember Greg Cactus.
I can only assume they're dead now.
Yeah, I think it's just one of them things that we have to just accept that something has happened in Greg Cactus Face's life that we wish we knew.
I wish them well, you know.
Yeah, I wish Greg Cactus Face nothing but the best.
Absolutely. What a true hero Greg Cactus Face is. As is Arthur Holmes. Thank you very much, Arthur.
Indeed. Thank you very, very much. I've got 2 last messages to read out, Nathan, if you would indulge me.
I will indulge you.
Nice. Well, this one comes from Ari, who says, "Fun fact, it's spoofed a bit in this episode, but in the 1960s, the first Doctor holds his lapels like that, partly to keep his hands and gestures in frame during close-ups, which were actually the camera being physically moved towards Hartnell's face. The result was somewhat unpredictable, and there were no reshoots." I quite like that. That's a fun little tidbit. Yeah, that's fun. Because I do think he's always fucking holding his little lapels, isn't he? He's always on there. Yeah.
Here's something fun.
Love fun things.
This is from the Howler. Doctor, I let you go. Hi, boys. An offering for Culture Corner. This seems to be a poem of some sort. What is kindness? Kindness is the choice between what is easy and what is right. It is quiet moments that whisper on a breeze, a soft ripple in a loud word, little things done without need for praise, without need for witness, without need for acknowledgement. Kindness is little. It is holding a hand while crossing the road. It is lifting a school bag at the end of the day. It's saying a prayer when you cross a cemetery. These little acts, forged by habit and heart, that do not wish to be seen, but deserve to be remembered. Kindness is big and infinite. It's sitting through the same stories your parents, your children, your grandparents tell you again and again, and listening as if for the very first time. It's hearing your friend's sorrows when your own heart is heavy. It's sleeping on the floor beside your dog because his tired bones can't climb the bed anymore. Oh my God, because his tired bones can't climb the bed anymore. It takes courage to have a gentle heart in a hard world, because kindness does not die when you do. It lingers in every person that was touched by it, and lights the path for those who need it the most. Kindness is infinite. Kindness is eternal. Kindness transcends time itself. It's beautiful.
God
wow.
damn, what a beautiful fucking poem that is.
I do not know when Capaldi became my favourite Doctor, because I was just as opposed to him after Smith. I also do not remember when his words became part of me, but I say this speech to myself more times than I can remember. There is always a hard goodbye for me in every rewatch. I dread it so much, but I know it's going to be all right, because the Doctor is not really gone and he's coming right back to us. Hate is always foolish and love is always wise. Always trying to be nice and never fail to be kind. Everyone who drops off after Capaldi needs to understand that change is the only constant in this show. Listen to the words he says, and you will see that Jodie's era is everything that Capaldi wanted his Doctor to be, and for everyone to remember him by. 13 is everything that 12 wished to impart on his world, and I'm glad we get to see it. I have no other comments other than tears, and I haven't even talked about Clara yet. Laugh hard, run fast, be kind, the Howler. What beautiful email.
It's a lovely, yeah,
wow.
That's absolutely lovely.
I don't know if the Howler wrote that themselves or if that's a poem. I'll have to look that up, but that is a beautiful piece of writing regardless, man.
That's an absolutely adorable piece of writing. I think that thing that stuck with me there was my mum always be telling the same stories.
My mum, 100%.
My mum always be telling me the same specific stories, and I'm like, yeah, man, this is great stuff, and I love hearing. It's not even like I love hearing them as well. Like I've heard them a million times, but I love hearing them still. That's cool. I like that. I'm gonna have to go and get that. I'm gonna have to log into the email. Thanks a bunch, and find that poem.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful stuff.
That's absolutely lovely, and I think I can put a pin on the Discord messages here with Christina's message that just says "R.I.P. Bozo." Hello, Jodie.
Very fun,
which I enjoyed. That was fun for me. Do we have more emails, or do we have a voice note?
We do have a voice note. We actually had two voice notes. We had one from Hugo and one from Ari, and you read Ari's message out, so I guess it's Hugo. So there we go.
Fucking hell.
Oh, Hugo also says in the email, okay, this is longer than 30 seconds, but it's shorter than a bunch of my recent ones. I'll get more concise for the Chibnall, but come on, I had to praise them off one last time. Okay?
Well, I did say come series 11, I would be cracking the hammer down. This is not series 11, yeah.
You're safe this week, Hugo. Okay.
So here we are, end of the Moffat era. I was devastated to reach this point when it first aired, and I'm devastated now. The Moffat era was and remains my favorite ever era of the show. As for this episode, when it aired, I liked it, but I was slightly let down because I'd allowed myself to get hyped up rather bizarrely by one Russell the Davis. It's funny now knowing the bombast coming in RTD2, but he gave an interview, which I read at the time, where someone asked him what he thought Moffat's last episode would be like, and he said something like, "Oh, I think it's going to be wild. The gloves will be off, and Steven can do whatever he wants and go out with a real bang."
That's very RTD.
Yeah, I had a big finale dreamed up in my head, and instead we got this wonderful final coda. I love it now, divorced from the hype. There's no other final era episode like it, and it has so much to say about the Doctor, memory, and choosing to go on. I'm so glad they ended up giving the Doctor an extra hour here to wrap up so many themes and ideas from the last decade plus of the show. My bit of trivia here is that Moffat told RTD in an interview they did together that they had to cut 30 minutes from this episode after it came in long on the first cut.
30
RTD
minutes?
was horrified that they had to lose half an hour, to which Moffat replied, "Yeah, it was longer than Dunkirk, and I actually mean the historical event, not the movie."
Your favorite bad movie?
It's a great movie, thank you.
Yeah, I'm the biggest hypocrite there ever is, really, and I know this about me. This is not new information to me or to anyone, okay? But like I say quite frequently, I've often got on my high horse about people like hearing there's like more stuff and being like, "Oh, we won the 4-hour Avengers cut or whatever. We won the 4-hour thing," and I'm always like the first to say more does not equal better, okay?
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
because there's more of it does not mean it will equal a better episode. But upon hearing there's an extra 30 minutes of Twice Upon a Time that I haven't seen, I'm like, release it! I want to see it all!
Release
all
the
right?
moth cut, like
I
fine
don't
tune it.
care if it's 30 minutes of the Doctor and Bill sat at their fucking table, all
Yeah,
right?
100%.
I will watch and love all 30 minutes of them, okay?
I wholeheartedly agree. I wonder where they would have cut it down. Oh, excuse me. I wonder where they would have cut it down from. Like,
Who knows?
Would it be?
Yeah,
I guess just every scene was a little bit longer. I guess,
maybe.
or
maybe.
most scenes were longer. Yeah.
Maybe. It does feel like there's a bit cut out of like the middle, kind of like from
From the rusty bit onwards, I feel like it gets a little rushed until they get down to the.
well, from
World War again.
leaving the Chamber of the Dead or whatever to like that middle section. I feel like there's probably.
Oh, I know
some
what you
other
mean.
stuff
Yeah,
there.
maybe.
Yeah. But who knows? Who knows?
Who
frankly.
knows? To
Yeah.
quote the curator, Nathan.
They apparently had shot a lot more classic stuff with Ben and Polly. That makes sense, given my weirdo actually. So
It's just
there you
them. It's just them going into the TARDIS and chilling
Yeah.
out.
yeah,
and doing
maybe
nothing.
maybe Ben and Polly did meet like all the others and be like, "Well, who's this cunt, Doctor?
What's going on? Hello, Doctor. What's going
Hello,
on here?
Doctor. Who's been up the apples and pears? Who's
Oh,
this
Doc-
cunt here?"
Doctor, I got my 60s haircut.
Stop this.
I'm
Stop
Polly.
this.
I don't know anything about who Polly is.
Great. What
I'm
a great
Polly.
impression.
I'm Polly. I got 60s hair, dude.
This is an impeccable impression of just a woman.
I guess.
just a woman's voice.
I think so. I think that's what I was going
Is that what
for.
you're going to do when we get to the 13th Doctor from now on? Are you going to be like, "Oh, I'm the 13th Doctor"?
No, oh, hello, everyone. It's me, the 13th Doctor.
Because women talk so much higher than men, don't they? Women talk like this, don't they?
This is where.
This is
is
what
how-
women do.
Hello, everyone. I'm Woman Doctor, and I'm here
I'm
to
a
say
woman.
I'm a woman. And my voice is like this
A
normally.
woman.
A woman Doctor.
We might have to drop that joke by next era.
You
'Cause it's
probably will.
More like Dr. Woke, am I right?
Dr.
But,
Wokeman.
they're all
I'll say it.
hard-hitting commentary.
Thank you.
Anyway, Lawrence, what's next?
What's next, Nathan, is I have stuff to say to everyone, and that is thank you for listening, everyone, you cheeky boys.
Ooh.
It would mean the world to us, us being me and Nathan, by the way, if you weren't sure. If you could give us a little 5-star review, that'd be epic.
I'd
Yeah.
love that. That'd be great.
I would love it too. I'd love
Yeah.
a 5-star review from everyone, and for you to just say, love the podcast, guys. Keep doing it.
Keep on legging.
Verbatim. There you go. I wrote it out for you. You just need to type it.
Or tell us to fuck off. you
Or
know?
tell us to get fucked. One of the two.
Yeah.
Also, we have a little Discord. There's all sorts going on in there. There's movie nights happening. There's episode watch-alongs. There's chatting about telly, art, music, all manner of things, right? It is Doctor Who themed, but it's not entirely focused around Doctor Who. If you found yourself on the keen and eager eye and looking out for some new mates, there's fun to be had over there, and it's a fun and
make some
inclusive
friends?
safe space. Yeah,
You'll find a friend. You'll find a friend here.
you'll find a friend, especially with Nathan. Nathan's always on the lookout for more mates.
I'm everyone's friend.
That's so fair. That's so fair. But yeah, speaking of keeping it safe and inclusive, thank you very much to Melina. Thank you very, very much to Pierce. Thank you very, very much to Nina for keeping it a lovely and safe and secure place. Lastly, Nathan, I don't know if you are aware of this. I'm sure you are because you're part of it. And I hope you're aware because I also believe you have the bank details. We have a Patreon, which is pretty snazzy and pretty cool. It's £5 to access everything on there. And each month you can get yourself a little topic episode. You can get yourself an episode commentary, and you can get yourself a bonus episode of our podcast, Still Got Rex, which is a pop culture recommendation podcast where we talk about pretty much everything that we don't get that much of a chance to talk about on the main Still Got Legs show.
Yes.
We also live stream these recordings now, which is what we're doing right this very moment. And you can come and see our faces talk about Doctor Who if you want. And it's uncut and it's raw, as Gordon Ramsay would say. And we're having a blast over here. Nathan, we call our beautiful companions. Nathan, we call our beautiful patrons look, it's like 1:30. All right. We call
Hell it is.
Yeah. We call our patrons our beautiful companions because they join us in our weird little TARDIS.
It's 1:30.
Yeah, almost. Anyway, who's joining us this week, Nathan?
Wait,
in
for
our
context,
weird
we started recording at 8
We did.
p.m. That's
We did.
5.5 hours we've been going.
Well, this is 3.5 hour recording. Then we dilly-dallied for a bit when we started. We dilly-dallied a bit when we got started on the stream.
Just over an hour Patreon.
Yeah. Just
I
over
guess
an
that
hour.
makes sense. I
does.
don't like it, but I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't, like, when I think about it,
Yeah.
it disgusts me.
Yeah, same.
But it is what it is. Yeah.
Crazy. All right. Anyway.
Yes. Patreon members, Nathan,
Patrons.
there's people joining us. Who the fuck are they?
So first up from fuck knows where, the beautiful void in time and space, we have Megan Southgate.
Hell yeah.
Now Megan,
Gareth
obviously, what?
Gareth Southgate, who I
don't know
believe
who
is a
that is.
football manager, man.
Great, good for him. But anyway, Megan Southgate is obviously someone who his family is known for guarding the southern gate of whatever town the void happens to be in.
Yeah.
So we was actually breaking into the northern gate. Okay, and that's how we managed to slip past Megan in this hypothetical thing that I'm making up on the spot.
This is good.
Yeah, this is good stuff.
Yeah.
And then once we broke through the northern gate, obviously because Megan guards the south gate, they had their back turned to us, and that's how I was able to shove a bag over Megan's head and kidnap and pull her into the TARDIS. And now they're joining us on this beautiful journey through time and space. So that's good stuff. Welcome aboard,
awesome.
Megan.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's awesome. Welcome, Megan. Also joining us, Nathan, right? And it definitely didn't take me multiple takes to understand the pronunciation here, is Fern Shipway. And they are also from the Void. And they will not be getting a mug, it seems, unless they update their information. Nathan, the reason, right? And no, that's not what we do. Nathan, we got Fern, right, as they were getting in the ship to go away, right?
Wow.
They were with the first Doctor, who still calls the TARDIS a ship. And we said, you don't want to get in that ship to go away, right? Fern ship away, right?
Wow.
You want to get into our TARDIS, right? And change your legal name to Fern TARDIS way, and get in here with us, and we're going to take you somewhere else instead that's cooler and less sexist than the first Doctor. And that's what we're up to, and that's what we've been doing. So welcome aboard.
All right. Sick.
Awesome stuff. We shouldn't do these shout outs at 1 a.m.
Yeah, maybe not. Well, anyway, thank you, Farron. Thank you, Megan. And very much appreciate you both coming aboard, joining us here. By the way, I will say, it does look like great. You've hit that wall.
I fucking have, yeah.
I will say it does. We can see when people. We see the method of how people sign up. Well, I can see the method of how people sign up.
Yeah.
And it looks like some people will have signed up through the Apple Patreon app. Okay.
Don't do that, stinky boys.
Yeah, don't. This makes absolutely zero difference to us, but it does affect you. Okay, it will cost you more money to sign up through the Patreon app on iOS, because Apple take a 30% cut of everything based from apps, so they inflate their prices so they don't lose out on anything.
Patreon don't cut that off of you. Apple make it more expensive to take their slice. Basically.
Yes, exactly. But if you sign up on the website, it's cheaper for you. So like just cancel your membership and sign up again on the website. Like if you want, if you care, it's completely up to you. Again, makes zero difference to us, makes absolutely no difference to us, but it does affect you. So if you want to spend less, and do that,
then do that. That means you spend less money and we still get the same amount of money. No one is affected other than you. Lovely stuff.
Tim Apple not getting his slice. Well, I guess no.
He always gets a
Tim
slice.
Apple not getting his slice. Yeah,
we always have to give a slice to Tim Apple.
We've always got to pay tribute to Tim Apple.
Hugo says, "Wow, Apple shit."
Wow! Don't let Tim hear you say that,
mate. You're on fucking.
I would live in fear of Tim Apple.
I wouldn't. He's a bitch.
Yeah, if you. No, I can't. Yeah, but come on.
Even then, what a bitch.
You've hit that wall.
No, I'll say anything. I don't care.
There's no talking to you once you've hit this wall, man. Every question that's posed, you just give some bullshit fucking I can't be bothered with this answer, you know?
Look, it's been 3.5 hours.
I know,
man.
but we're not finished, so still be on. Thank you. All right.
Well, look, Nathan, I'll be on for this last sentence that I am obligated to say, which is that's it from us, Nathan. Do you have any parting words for the listeners?
I would say I love you all very much. Lawrence, press that button. I love you all very much. You're all beautiful people. And we say goodbye to the 12th Doctor, but we welcome in a new era. See you all soon.